Well, hello everybody. Welcome to our first A19 Developer Stream. Tonight is going to be me and Richard Huenink, the co-founder of the Fun Pimps. We're going to be doing Q&A, but we're also going to be discussing a few different topics, a little bit of Quest stuff, a little bit of overall Alpha 19 topics. And for those of you who don't know, my name's Lathan Meadows. I'm one of the senior developers. I mainly work on... Wow, that was loud. I mainly work on gameplay. I've worked on the quest system, the trader system, the electricity system, the party system, the dialogue system. I mean, just a lot of gameplay systems.
Lathan is awesome, by the way.
Yeah, and I've worked on I've worked for the company for 5 years, like I said. And I will let Rick go ahead and kind of talk about himself as well.
Well, before I introduce myself, we have special guest Layla here. She is a special little dog. She loves me. I walk her every day, and I had to share that. I just had to. Now she's restless and wants to run. So anyway, so 7 years ago, the guy you know is Mad Mole. My younger brother and I, we formed the Fun Pimps with Christian Lang, a programmer from Germany, and we started with 3, we grew to 5, we grew to 9, we grew to 12, we grew to 15. This year, we grew to 47 with part-time people included. And it's all because of this game and the fantastic support we've had from all you folks who believe in our vision for this game. And they like the premise. We're trying to execute that vision. We're continuing to try to improve it. I've worked in the game industry for 20-some years. My younger brother, Joel, got me into 7 Days to Die. And he got me into games. Joel got me into games, and I've been working in the industry for 21 years. I worked for Gearbox on Borderlands. I worked for 3D Realms on Duke Nukem, and the Collective in California. I worked for several companies, but out there. And anyway, that experience has helped make this company successful, and our team is awesome. We're blessed to have a fantastic, intelligent team that really loves games and is passionate about what we do. So, Lathan, you're smirking.
Yeah, because I didn't turn off the bit boss, and so every time they donate bits, it's doing Atari sounds. Is how they're describing it, and I can't do anything about it because I can't switch away, and so it's just making me laugh whenever I hear it. So sorry, just keep going. I can't. That right there, they're hearing it. You're not hearing it.
I'm not hearing it.
Yeah, no, it's okay. It's okay.
All right, so we'll.
I will get it turned off whenever we start showing some gameplay.
Anyway, we have a fantastic series. We're going to be streaming the game with other developers besides myself every Monday, Wednesday, Friday until streamer weekend. Mad Mole is slotted for next Friday. You can hear him talk about the game and get back into the groove of the Mad Mole and all his bits of wisdom and his Arnold voice and you know all the personality he has to offer. But remember, I used to put him in a headlock when he was a kid. You can't forget that aspect. Imagine that, though. So some of the other schedule coming up for so Monday night 6:15, the character artists are going to be talking about HD characters, the HD traders, some of the upcoming bandits and bandit concepts, character concepts, and some of the the techniques they've used to improve the character art, and push it to a higher level. We're fans of Dying Light as a team, and we wanted to push 7 Days to have that kind of quality in character art, but have a dynamic world and sandbox. It's a challenging aspect. Anyway, the character artists are going to be talking about characters and where we're going with those on Monday, 6:15. On Wednesday, 6:17, the environment artists and animators are going to be talking about where they're taking the environment art, the linear color space lighting, which is coming to 8:19. Some of the great animations in first person that are really amazing now. Friday, as I said, Joel Mad Mole will be he'll be speaking that night with Lathan hosting, talking about a lot of the gameplay aspects of the game, balance with loot progression, new candy weapons, skill rebalance, and the new ISS critical system, which is super cool. Monday, 6:22, level designers Eric von Othkirch and Brad Jacobs will be talking about the new locations, which are super cool, and we've added a couple of new store types there that are really interesting, and you guys will like the brand of it. Wednesday, 6:24, we have the programmers from the team, Sean Liptick, Robert DeShong, Christian Illy, Zach Roberts, and Steve Dudek will be talking about some of the features that they've spearheaded. And then Friday, 6:26, we tentatively, barring something exploding, we'll be covering Streamer Weekend. And we hope to give it to you guys Sunday or Monday after that 6:26. Alpha 19 has got a lot of it's jam-packed with content, Lathan. We haven't had to redo as much like framework gutting kind of as we've had in the past. So it has more content to it and more polish. And so what are we going to talk about next? What's on the agenda here?
Let's see. We are going to talk about a high level of the roadmap.
Roadmap.
Yeah. Do you want to cover all that, even though you just did a long talk?
Well, I'm.
And then after that, we'll be showing some Quest stuff.
That's okay. So I'm going to skim over the roadmap, but in these subsequent developer streams we have going forward, we're going to be talking. Those folks are going to be diving into these features a lot more in detail. Mad Mole will also be doing some specific videos covering certain features of the game. So I won't spoil everything because some of that will be revealed in some streams in more detail. But in Alpha 19, this is a breakdown of kind of the big features for it. We have pulled the trigger on linear color space lighting, which is physically based rendering. Unity supports physically based rendering, and we have it's amazing. It's beautiful. Justin Owens, our senior technical artist, has pushed for that aspect, and I'm really glad that we listened to him on that. He's this really smart guy. He's a senior developer who used to work at id Software, and him and Sean Liptick have overhauled the lighting, and it looks fantastic. The trees, how things are rendered, it's just beautiful. And things don't look washed out when you turn up gamma to see things at night. So it's hard to describe, but instead of the game having a kind of a halfway point of physically based rendering, we actually have it full. We're taking full advantage of Unity's rendering pipeline finally, and it really is amazing. So those guys will be showing some of that off on, I don't remember which night, but you guys will be getting the schedule coming up. We have an interactive loading screen,
Which we're actually going to show in just a few minutes.
we will be showing that. Yes,
Yeah.
it has tooltips in it, so you can click through them, and it'll help you learn how to play the game when you're waiting for the loading times to happen. That's pretty good. We have full improved gamepad support, meaning every feature in the game that is functional on gamepad works, and we improved driving mechanics, so it's a little more standardized, right trigger gas, left trigger brake, that kind of thing. It all works, and we've kept the parity up there. There's a critical survival system, so the ISS, which blackened part of your health or stamina, which was very confusing to players, that's been reworked. And if you have something that blackens that part of the HUD, it's because you have a debuff, a critical injury, a broken leg, broken arm, and much more. Matt and Mo will be covering that very in-depth next Friday. We have a plethora of HD characters, almost too many to mention. Monday night, look for the character artists to highlight the HD characters. Player arms and female and male are redone in HD. Two of the traders are HD, but there's quite a few zombies. We don't know how many are going to make it yet because we have a pretty strong strike team there working on characters. Those guys are knocking it out of the park. And guess what? They don't cost more for performance. They actually are more performant from our diagnostics so far. We've added analytics. GameSparks and Super Nimbus have helped us capture game data, and we're using that to better balance the game, to learn how people are playing the game, how they're earning XP, which blocks they're crafting, and we're using that data to better balance the game and help us make better decisions on our other titles going forward.
Pretend like you didn't see that.
Oh, what?
Nope. Just keep going. Keep going. Trying to turn off that sound.
Dynamic music. Mr. Zach Roberts and Sam Stryker and his partners at Native Darkness have worked on the content, but Zach has programmed and done a really good job of making dynamic music broader, more content. There's suspense, there's exploration, there's combat, there's home day, home night, there's trader music, and it's more like the vision that we originally intended. Alpha 18 had exploration, but this is more full featured and has a lot of expansive content, so you have more variety there. Internal, the team loves the dynamic music system. That is a big addition to the game. It's much more immersive. We've improved the loot and enemy progression balance, where you wouldn't get like a higher colored gun on the first day. You progress kind of slowly, and you get a better colored weapon or better colored tool and a higher tiered tool as you progress the game. It's more balanced. I'm not going to give away too much there. Mad Mole will be talking about that in depth next Friday.
Yeah, we're definitely going to have a lot of these that different people will be talking about different sections. So we're going to try to stay very general.
High level
Yeah.
Tonight. Production goals, A19 and beyond. On-screen sprite system. Lathan has spearheaded the effort there to make it so it's easier to find It's easier to find a treasure. It's easier to find a fetch. It's easier to find your backpack, your mini bike. There's an on-screen icon, and the distance it is away from you. There's different rules for different things, but it's a great system, and the game is so much more intuitive because of that feature. We're going to be showing that in a few minutes.
Yeah.
Quest improvements.
We can just go ahead and start showing those.
We could. Let me glance over a couple more
Yeah,
features,
sure.
and we'll go into that.
Yeah.
Um, we have a new quest type called opening routes, which takes you after you achieve so many quests from a trader, it unlocks the position of another trader and gives you quests there. That's pretty damn cool. Lathan is the man in front of you is responsible for that.
The trader to trader quests.
It's pretty cool. Give him a thumbs up, pat him on the back, follow him, any of the above. Scratch his back. Send him some beer.
Any of those.
Any of those things. So the Eric and Brad, we have a larger level design team than that, but those guys are going to be covering a bunch of new POIs. There's a ton of new POIs in the game, ranger stations, all new stores with two new branded store types, clothing and electronics. I won't give away any more. It's a surprise, but the level design and environment art team are really hitting it on all cylinders there. The art in the game looks fantastic. They're really kicking butt. Environment art, they'll be meeting. They're going to showcase linear lighting, trees, commercial store assets, a lot of stuff there. That's coming in another stream. Too many weapons to mention.
Which I think Mad Bull's going to want to mention a lot of those. So
he is. There's a lot of cool stuff. There's an auto shotgun, a robotic sledge. There is a drone that follows you. It was one of the more challenging features. We're not promising that in this alpha yet. It's getting close. The guys are working. Steve and Sean are working really hard on that to make it happen. If it doesn't happen in 18, it could happen in a patch, but it's really close. There's lots of new candy in the game. There's new perk books, too many to mention. There's a perk rebalance to make things more gratifying. AI improvements like head tracking. There's a breakthrough system and where the enemies will break down doors and sometimes ragdoll, sometimes rush you. They'll fall down, they'll sometimes ragdoll, sometimes they'll stumble towards you or rush you. And it's very emergent and dynamic. That's pretty darn cool. There's a new version of Rajam Gen coming out that has more. It attempts to represent all the POIs in the game, as many as possible, so you get more variety, and it has random biomes. Robert will be speaking on that on one of the nights. Lots of great first-person animations. Anyway, it's a lot of stuff, and I think we're ready to kind of move on to showing off the sprite system. If
sure.
Lathan would
definitely ready.
So kindly load that up.
Okay, everybody. So I do want to apologize about the Bit Boss sounds. I couldn't turn it off until we got to a new scene. So once I get here, then I should be able to right-click that guy. And let's just get rid of him. Just we're done with him.
Uh-oh.
There. Okay, so now probably it's gonna work. Maybe. Okay, so
Maybe.
first thing we're gonna show everybody, and I need to get it back where I can actually see. It's taunting me now. That's taunting me. Yeah.
You got to put in first thing. Put in a game name.
I'm just trying to think which scene that would be in. That it's. Oh.
Uh-oh.
I wonder if that would be something to just kind of shut down the stream for half a sec and let me look at that. Give me just a moment, everybody.
Wait, no, the female stripper is not being removed. The female stripper is I'm seeing a comment. The female stripper is being redone in more of a sexy dress vibe.
So everybody, I'm going to stop the stream for like 1 minute. You can count. Everybody count all together
You,
for
you
60
count,
seconds.
and if it doesn't happen, give him a knuckle rub later.
I mean, that works too. Be right back. Whenever it happens anyway. Because I feel like that's kind of my luck sometimes, is that it just says, no, I'm going to do it anyway. I don't care what you say, sir. So let me get chat back up, because I actually can't see what people are saying anymore. But, so here we're going to show the new loading screens. So I'm just going to make a test stream game. Sure. And it starts. So this is the loading screen. It'll show you. Well, go ahead. Go ahead.
Click through to your tips here. As you can see there's some new HD screenshots of what the game looks like now.
Yeah.
And you can click through tips.
Yeah. So while you're in the loading screen, you can click through these. This will, and we'll probably be adding more as we go. I mean, these are the initial 22 that we have.
It starts with simple ones and goes to advanced.
Excuse me. Okay. So for the sake of this, I'm actually not going to do like a true playthrough. I just want to show you the on-screen icons. So we're gonna actually cheat, and we are gonna teleport to Trader Hugh onto his roof, because that's what we do, everybody. So as you can see right away, there is the on-screen icons, or there's one of them. So we use these in certain cases to point out things that are important. We also use them for the quests, which you're about to see right here. Did everybody notice that he kind of zoomed in whenever we were looking at him? And let me do this. We are going to show you the buried supplies. Let's just do that one. I'm gonna cheat anyway.
So there's an FOV when you click on traders for quest.
Yeah, kind of zooms in, zooms back out, and then we are going to track the buried supplies. So it's over here. Now, as I said, I'm going to cheat because, I mean, I'm just trying to show you what it's like. I'm not actually trying to really do a playthrough right here.
As you can see, there's a on-screen icon of the treasure where it's at.
Actually, let me get something to dig with before we walk up. Wrong button. Let's do. Actually, we're gonna use the cheat tool. Seriously, I wasn't kidding. We are cheating here. Okay, so we're gonna walk up. So we have now made it to where we need to dig. Is the motion blur on? Oh my god. Hold on, let me turn that off real quick. Because I know that's frustrating.
So, as you can see there's a projector on the ground.
That shows me where to dig.
Yes.
And then now, for every 10 blocks, which this is affected, there's a perk that reduces it. But for every 10 blocks, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It shrunk in a little bit. Which, by the way, we still need to change that sound. But yeah, it shrinks in a little. And now we'll do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
So normally you'd be digging with a shovel. He's got a developer tool.
Yeah, I'm using the developer tool just because I'm kind of demoing this and I'm not really, a true playthrough. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, it's getting smaller, everybody. Oh, well, there it is, but I still want to show you. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I think one of those I shot out of bounds. So as you see, it will keep getting smaller and smaller. And actually, if I go even further, if I'm just really having bad luck, come on, shrink a little bit more. There we go. It points directly at it. So once you make it all the way down to where it's just like, seriously, dude, it's right here. Now it'll actually point at it. But yeah, so I mean, I guess I could load it. And
So some folks like the old treasure quest, but we thought more of them would actually do it if we made it more intuitive, and so there's a concerted effort to make the game more intuitive that way.
yeah, and that's really all I was planning on showing with that. I mean, this is the main piece that we kind of wanted you to see for tonight. We will be showing more in the other streams. Probably not as much gameplay per se. It's going to be more like art, concept art, things like that. Finished art of the different, like the new traders and stuff like that. I don't know why, but I just feel like I need to turn it in. Even if I'm exiting right now, it bothered me that it was right there. Sorry, everybody.
So this new on-screen sprite system is being leveraged to show you where your lost backpack is, where a spear might be, where your motorcycle might be, vehicle.
I can show them the fetch too.
Fetch quests. We're leveraging it for a lot of things.
I can do a fetch real fast too. I mean, might as well.
Lathan,
yeah.
Is it just me or is there a big echo?
Is there an echo? Everybody, is there an echo? Miss Nordic says no. A lot of people, no, they all say no.
Maybe it's.
Hey, and that's a bug right there that I have to fix.
Discord.
Yeah, it could be Discord, actually. So that's how we're putting him on the screen. He's actually on Discord. Like he's on my side screen, and then I'm sharing that screen.
Should I start another call?
I mean, if it's bothering you, yes. I mean, you can.
I'll
right now would be the time to do it because they can't see you. I mean, okay, here. No, everybody, give us just a sec. Yeah, no, that's what I told him. But now's the perfect time for him to do it because now you won't see everything that's kind of happening. So, everybody, there is no official release date. We have the estimated date, which I forgot Rick can say it in just a second whenever maybe I should call him back because he's not calling. I feel like I'm being stood up, everybody. You ever just wait by the phone? It's just like, man, is he ever going to call? This is what I feel like, everybody. This is it. This is awkward. It is awkward. Oh, there it is. Okay. Hey, welcome back. Can you hear me? Is it still echoey?
No, actually, the issue was when I joined Twitch.
Oh, you had... Okay. So you heard the echo of having...
Earlier I had the audio off, now I don't. And so I was like, wow, I hope it doesn't sound like that for everybody.
No. Okay, everybody. He just had another window of the channel open.
Well, like a senior moment there.
It's all good. Okay, everybody. So... there is a bug on the screen right now because the fetch bag is actually shrunk, and it shouldn't be. It should never actually be shrunk. That was something we put in for the other compass icons, but it's not supposed to be for this one, I don't think. I have to look at that. But everybody, so now whenever you get within a certain range... Okay, damn it. Don't you hate it whenever you fall? Okay.
Yeah.
So now that I'm within a certain range, it shows me, hey, it's right there. Look, there's your bag. There's your bag.
It works really good. The game is just so much more intuitive.
Yeah.
We're hoping that you all can play it with your grandma if you want to.
Yes. You should definitely play it with your grandma.
We've actually got quite a few fan letters where people actually play the game with their grandma. That's amazing.
Yeah. Okay, so everybody, at this point, I'm probably going to turn this back off. And we will get back to... I think what we're going to talk about now is kind of the future of quests. Kind of what direction we're thinking about.
Oh, that's right.
That's our next talk.
We were going to get into some of that stuff.
Yeah, let me switch the scene over so you're not just seeing a black screen. Hey, you can see Rick again. Hey,
Can
everybody.
you? All
Yeah, they
right,
can see you now. So
I'm back. Well,
don't
maybe I put on sunglasses. Maybe. What do you think?
um,
Yes
yeah,
or no?
sure. I mean, it's up
No,
to you.
no,
I don't think they're gonna mind either way. I mean,
they won't mind.
I think they're okay with it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
so do you want to start? And
okay. So for
yeah,
future quests, we have some. There's been a lot of stuff we've talked about for quest ideas over the last few years. Uh, but the stuff that's got the most traction and will likely get into the next couple alphas, infestation. We want to take a POI, whichever POI in the game, and we want to take the game stage times 1.5 or 2 and take the enemy count and increase it like 1.5x or 2 and offer a new quest type called infestation. And some of the guys have talked about infestation night, which is like a basically infestation on steroids because they're running and it's 2x game stage, 2x enemy count. That's pretty cool. We think that will be very compelling and offer a challenge for players who play longer. Gather and craft quests. We've had a little bit of work on that, but we never got it in. Uh, of course, once you reach a progression where you get to meet the head guy of the Duke faction, the Duke himself, or you meet Noah, the head guy from the White River, you'll be killing human enemies from each of those factions. Restore power, where you go, has been worked on, but we didn't offer it up yet because of our bandwidth for other features. Where you'd go in and you'd find generators, repair them, and restore power and see the lights come on.
restore
Repair,
communications. Yeah,
yeah, repair and defend. Where do you go
the
repair
boom.
sections of wall and defend against human enemies? Yeah, that
Don't
sounds
forget the
pretty
blowing
cool.
up the POIs.
And yeah, that's the last but not least. Well, actually, I skipped resource communications. That
Oh,
one, Lathan mentioned, which is to go repair communications towers and reestablish communications, so the one of the factions can further their cause in the universe. Blow up structures, my personal favorite. Go plant C4 on several places on a structure and watch the building come down with physics,
yeah.
because 7 days to die is fully destroyable, fully buildable, and that is an amazing aspect of 7 days to die. And we want to do that for quests. We want to pay off on that, not just say, "Oh, I cheated and I got rocket launcher ammo when I blew up a building or whatever." And you see these in all the videos, but to do that in the quests in a game, has it been done before? You took down Tenpenny Tower in Fallout 3, but it was just a particle effect. Hmm. I like Bethesda, but it was just a particle effect. You're gonna see it actually happen in 7 Days to Die. And we're also planning on main story progression coming, where you'd actually go through the quests. You'd go from trader to trader, establishing routes, and then when you've got enough rapport with the traders, you you get the attention of the two main factions of the game, and they want to meet you, and they offer up better quests, and then eventually uh, you might have to try to submit or kill a faction leader in the game, and
Yeah, we're
those
still
sorts of
talking about those details and kind of working all of it out, but I mean that's the discussions that we've had on it. Is
it's
all those
pretty cool.
quest types. Yeah.
It's pretty cool stuff, but we think most of those things are pretty doable in our engine with our team. Our team is bigger and stronger than ever. I want to speak to that a little bit. We have 47 people. We have about 5 people, and I'm going to give you a teaser here. We have about six people working on an unannounced project.
Oh, we're doing that.
It's an Unreal game, and it's fucking really cool. Pardon my French,
We just
but
lost our
it's
PG. This,
uh-oh.
everybody.
It went to R really quick here, or M in video games.
This is a mature chat, everybody. I hope that's okay.
And more to come on that in the future. So we talk about like beyond A19 a little bit, or
Um,
what do you think?
or we can just start taking some questions. They've been spamming questions, but we haven't had a
Oh,
chance to really.
uh, that sounds good.
Yeah,
To the forum questions or to the live questions?
I think we should
What do you
do a
think?
little bit of both.
Well,
Yeah,
okay.
we can. So everybody, go ahead and try to spam your questions. Don't get mad if we don't hit your questions, since I'm assuming everybody's going to be 90 miles per hour throwing questions out.
All right. So,
Let's see. Is
so
there a plan for having quest names have real names like Shotgun Messiah instead of Factory 2? Yes. Yes, there is.
yes. There will be a feature where the systems where if you enter a POI, it might say you've entered Shotgun Messiah Factory, and give you a tier number, or a house wouldn't be named House Bungalow underscore 11. It would be named like the Smith residence or something like that. It would be logical names that make sense for those. So yeah, volumes and localization, proper names that make sense will happen. We think that's going to happen in the next alpha.
Yeah, I
It's
think so.
on. It's pretty high up on the list. We have to debate the priorities always, for that. Hope that answers that well. Or old
Yeah.
zombies only getting HD reworks? I think they're asking. All right, so it's not just old zombies. We have a plan to make brand new special infected, and we're taking the radiated kind of reskins where they have the glowy feature, and we want to deprecate those and make actually brand new special infected that are cohesive in the universe, where they have mutations and boils on their skins, and they have special abilities like buffing enemies near them or resurrecting. We want to do that type of cool stuff with the higher level enemies. So yeah, it's not just a reskin of the old. To answer that question, I saw that come live. Let's go to the forums. Let's go to the forums and find one. So one guy says, how do you guys come up with all your level design POIs, and how difficult would it be to have the treasure trove be randomly placed and distributed?
Wasn't that Roland's question? I mean, we don't have to answer Roland's questions.
Oh, is that Roland's? All
yeah,
right.
I think that's Roland's. Move on.
All right. Well, yeah, we'll save that for Eric and Brad can field that one coming up. So why don't you pick one, Lathan, that you like?
Oh, I don't have it up. You're gonna have to pick it.
Where do you see 7 to die? Where do you see 7 days to die in a year? Where in 3 years? Okay, well that's an interesting question.
Big question. Yeah.
We've wanted to go gold for a long time. There's been a lot of criticism of, why is this in alpha for 7 years? Why aren't you guys smart enough to go gold? And the long answer is that we didn't know that it would take off like this. We had a goal. We started with 5 people. We had kind of a goal of being like a prettier Minecraft, and we kept working on it. And yeah, it's an ambitious title, and I think most fans don't realize the game has the features of about 7 games combined. And if you think about the depth of the simulation and the features, it's like Fallout with quests, but yet it's like Minecraft. You can go anywhere. You can drive anywhere, like Grand Theft Auto. The features are endless, and I think that's led to it being a long project. But we don't just want to put perfume on a pig and call it gold. We want the game to be a solid gold that's closer to the vision we originally had. And we're getting closer and closer, but the game is basically shy of bandits, legendary items, fixing water tech, and improving random. Yeah, main quest and improving random gen. We think by end of next year we're going to be in a good spot, and we'll be gold on 7 days or close. And 3 years we may add additional content beyond gold. I'd be disappointed if we were still working on it 3 years, because we have not only a new title in the works, but we have something that's in Unreal, but we have another title idea that we really feel passionate about internal that is built on the same 7 days engine. So, yeah, cat explode.
May not want to share everything, but
well, and I'm going to touch on this barely. We get so many texts we get so many post responses about console, and if for those of you who haven't seen it, we have made a major official announcement about console. It has a sordid and long history that is too detailed to go into. Basically, Telltale published it. Iron Galaxy worked on it. Telltale went bankrupt. They kept a bunch of our money, and we had to rebid on. We had to auction, open bid against to get our title back on rights on console, and then we didn't really get to see how it was doing financially for almost a year and a half, and it was a long haul. But we made the business move to keep working on PC, and the future looks good for us. We think we're going to get it back on console. We don't know if it'll be current gen or it will be next gen. We almost feel like next gen is a better suited candidate for our game, because it's always been performance challenged. The Xbox Scarlet and the PS5 are a little more in parity with current gen PC. Therefore, we think draw distances, enemy counts, texture quality will be in parity with PC. I personally have a dream, and don't put this on your roadmap, that we port to the next gen consoles. It runs really good. We go gold on PC. We offer crossplay between those someday. I think that would be amazing, and that's what I would love to see on the console. Whether we can do that is a whole nother story. Game development is much harder than folks think. It's it's a lot of work and a lot of hours, but we have a thriving console community. It's still selling well on console. There's still 20,000 people playing a day on console, daily active users, and we can't ignore that, and we don't want to ignore it. But we've been put in it. We're not console developers, and we have to figure out how to expand our business back into that. We had a great thing going, and Telltale broke cadence with that. So please understand that and be patient. Enough said about that. Where do you want to go, Where do we want to go, Lathan?
Okay, so let me look through some more of these questions. Let's see. Everybody's talking about console now that we did that. Okay, everybody, post some more questions.
More questions.
Let's see. Are you ever going to do a monthly sub or maybe one-shot premium upgrade so we can better support you guys? I don't think. I mean, not that we're against you giving us money. I mean, I'm never going to say that, but I don't think we're going to do that. I mean, so I can give you my PayPal. Right?
Here's one. That's awesome. Okay, here's one from Der Bolliser on the forums. is any rewrite of code bases which become obsolete in the last year's planned. For instance, audio manager, pathfinding. The water is, we need to
Yeah, we
rewrite
definitely want to do the water.
we need to rewrite the water. AI is getting better and better, and so is pathfinding.
Okay, I got one. Becca Boo asked, "Do you plan on making an end game, something worth doing after like 50 plus days that isn't redundant like rebuilding base?" And we did talk about this earlier. We are going to do a main quest line that will lead you after doing so many quests with the trader. It'll lead you to the next trader after doing so many to the next one, until you finally get to the Duke or Noah, and then you'll have a quest to kind of either kill or submit the other one. So there will be some sort of main quest line, but we don't have the final details on it. But I mean, we have a lot of notes of a lot of ideas of how we want to do it. But
you will unlock some quest types that you've never experienced before.
Yes, exactly.
The repair, defend, blow stuff up.
Yeah,
that kind of stuff.
Restore power, things like that. Yeah.
Yes.
There's a lot of new quests planned, which we talked about. So let's see. What else we got?
There's somebody. Are we getting more than 4 biomes randomly generated splats? Well, there's going to be biome waiting offered up at some point. So yeah, 4 biomes, more than 4. Yeah. Well, we're looking at features for random gen, like, making sure that every unique POI in the game is represented. Less repeats. Distance to traders is an important factor for us.
Making questing easier and
yes,
random gen as well. Yeah.
Going forward, just the believable beauty of the world. The roads are smooth and the heights look believable. Things like that.
Operator death. We're gonna talk about that on Mad Moles night.
The
ISS.
Somebody says new POIs. Okay, there's a whole bunch of them. There's 7 new ranger stations. All the commercial assets stores have been.
About that on Eric's night, or
we are more.
Yeah.
Just rest assured, there's a lot of new POIs to cover in this game, and some cool tier 3s and 4s. So there's going to be some meaty stuff there for you guys who want to challenge.
Let's see. Would it be possible to do 3 level 5 quests and 2 random quests from other levels when you reach max level? So we've talked about a way of making it where you can do previous tiers of quests. That's something that we have notes on and we are planning on implementing at some point, but it's just not in 19. There's definitely a lot of plans on it, though. So there will be a way that if you want to do tier 1s whenever you're tier 5, you can do it.
You can scroll back and choose to gain rapport with each trader based on your own personal playstyle. You want to challenge or you don't. More tier 1s, less tier 3s, etc. And go make the choice there. So yeah, that's, as Lathan said, that's something we're doing.
Yeah. Are you going to add water danger? Didn't Sean add in the swimming zombies? Or was that something I'm not supposed to talk about?
No.
Probably should say that for Sean now that I think about
it. That's not taboo, but the zombies can swim now, and it looks pretty damn cool. There's swim animation support.
Yeah.
They kind of move through the water like better than the player, kind of. So it's like
they actually really do.
Water is not such a great place to like go.
Yeah. Yeah, no more sitting in the water at Horde Night or anything like that. You're using that as some sort. Well, actually, you haven't really been able to use that as much of an advantage for a while, I think. But now you definitely can't.
Oh, Lazman says, looking back at all the years of development, what were some of the lessons learned along the way? I would assume there were at least some setbacks, unexpected outcomes, not shared with the public. Oh, well, of course, every developer, even the AAAs, they struggle with like scope. They struggle with like landing on a good design that they like, having a good process. It's, game development is more in its infancy. You know, the movies have been made for 100 years, and they finally figured out how to make a script and stick to the script and try to keep a budget. You know, like 40 years ago, finally. But they've been making movies since the 1920s. Games have only been something that's existed since the late 80s. You know, and it's a young industry. What have we learned? We've learned to not bite off as much scope, to try to do simpler designs, to try to make more designs more intuitive, so that less rework. Basically, jumping in and game jamming is bad. Designing on paper and thinking about the design is good. In a nutshell, that's what I've learned.
Let's see. Other questions. I do not believe we're doing any animal farming, chickens in pens, pigs in pens. I don't think that's... I don't think that's planned. Why ignore questions? A lot of people... I'm not ignoring questions. I'm just not catching them. The screen's kind of going down.
Well, traders get unique voices. Yes, traders will get unique voices. Trader Jen got a new voice set on her own. And so, yeah, you know, more unique voices will happen. No, we're gonna make traders a little more unique. They will offer, you know, a little more tailored loot, if you will, towards... They'll have everything offered, but they tend to have a specific kind of, like Trader Joel is into clothing, Trader Bob is into technology and mechanical stuff, and Trader Jen is into healing and so on. But yeah, they have they'll have unique voices, and they will have some unique or more likely to have a specific type of inventory on them.
Okay, so let's see. Is Trader Rec finally getting an attitude adjustment? No.
We
He's gonna be an asshole forever.
Well, Trader Rec is basically me in the morning. So
that's how we recorded it, everybody. I just called Rick in the morning and I was like, "Hey, what's up?"
Before coffee. If I get up too early, you know, that's what it is. I wrote his dialogue, by the way, and so it was a lot of fun. And Trader Rec is my...
ask you about the drop your weapon or drop your drawers.
Well, dialogue. Trader Rec. Trader Rec is like my alter ego. I wish I could be sometimes. Will RWJ be truly random or still... What? Oh man, it's moving so fast.
Okay, so I don't think Random Gen is the same map, just rotated. I think that is definitely changed.
Yeah, there's random biomes and random biome weights happening in 19. It's working. Working pretty well.
And I think Robert's going to be here for one of the nights.
Wait, important question: are you bald under that hat?
Well.
Let's
wish I could mic drop right now. What?
No, it's...
Take that, viewer.
I'm the brother that has the hair.
I love your hair. Thank you. I'm sure you're talking about me.
Oh, well, no, that's on purpose. Lathan does that on purpose.
I do.
Bald is beautiful.
Lathan bald? Yes, I am. No, I got a. So this is a fun fact, everybody. I have a bald cap that I put on every time I stream. Anytime you see me, I always just kind of put it on.
Here's a fun fact. We almost decided.
You almost decided.
This is how we were going to stream. But then we thought, well, wait, we can't get infected over the internet.
No. Let's see. Are you planning to add bosses? So we did say the Duke and Noah would be kind of an end target. I don't know per se if we're doing bosses. I mean, we might be.
There's going to be some higher end special infected coming with various abilities. We're very committed to that idea. Zombies that might buff or resurrect, or maybe a little more Resident Evil style, where they might have like a yield a weapon even. I know that's going to make some people's head explode that we're not trying to do John Romero style zombies, but that's the game we've always wanted to make, and we hope that
I don't
people
know, the
like that.
crawler is pretty
Yeah,
terrifying.
yeah.
The new crawler, you guys will get to see that. Is that Monday they get to see that? I can't remember. It's one of the days coming up. You get to see, you'll probably see that images of the crawler. It's
So somebody said, why do you try to do larger updates over smaller updates? I suppose it's because branching and testing is difficult, and if you have to do that more often, you're having to do much more project management and content locks, and it's more difficult. The larger studios, I mean, they work on a game till it's gold, and then that's all they do is put it out. We're doing something every Alpha 18 launched in October. We're going to launch this end of this month. At least experimental, it's looking like will happen at the end of this month. I guess we patched 18 up until like February 1st or something like that. So truly, large part of the team was working on 18 patches, and then we finally got going. So this build we're on a trend to Alpha 17 took 15 months, Alpha 18 took 11 months, I think, and this is going to be 7 months, I think. So we're trending towards what you would like to see. It is more challenging to do so. You have to be more disciplined, and you have to branch more often, and the testing teams has more work to do. But we'd like to do that. I mean, we didn't anticipate the success that 7 Days had, so we just kept trying to throw stuff in that people would like. And when you work fast, you don't always you don't always often think of forward-thinking framework or higher quality. Therefore, you don't always do the best. So we've had to gut framework sometimes that worked but wasn't. Rust has done this. Rust has gutted a lot of framework, and they threw stuff in too, and then they've had to do it right after they said, well, that works, but it's not great framework because it isn't performant or isn't forward thinking for us. So we can do lots of content with it. Yeah. Anyway, I'm rambling, but
no, that's fine.
production is my area, so that's definitely an area that triggers me.
Yeah. Okay. So let me
Any
see.
plan for Steam Workshop? Yes, Steam Workshop was going to be supported fully. We've got 7 Days has had a level editor since Alpha 17, I think, official. And we're improving that level editor. We're going to support the XML framework is pretty open-ended, probably model support. AKA Alec is really ALLOC. You'll see on the forums, Mr. Christian Illy is really into modding the game and supporting modding. My partner, co-founder Mad Mole, is a mod author of years. He's loved modding, and that's what got him into games. That's what got me into games, was modding. So 7 Days is going to be highly moddable and support workshop. Plans for more blocks and devices. Wow. Maybe we should go to the forums.
Sure.
Have you people stop typing? Oh, these. Oh, that one. What's at the top?
Okay, so here, let me look while you're looking for one there.
Vehicle mods. Yes, there is quite a bit of vehicle mod stuff planned. Vehicles not only will be moddable, but we're thinking about a critical injury system, much like what's going into 19 for the player, so that things can happen to your vehicle that are interesting. Like, oh, I got a flat tire. It doesn't mean you can't drive. It means you drive lumpy and attract more zombies. Radiator blows. Well, what does that mean? Well, I drive and it overheats and it stalls out and I attract more zombies. Things like that for the
Yeah.
vehicles, but cool mods like this boosts it. It increases vehicle capacity, increases the durability, other things like that for the vehicles. So yeah, in fact, we had a pretty good discussion about cosmetic mods on vehicles where you can tint the vehicle, but we want to improve the tinting system. That was a topic, hot topic internal about how to handle in tintings in a more artful, art friendly way. You know, the graphics have come along so much that that we wanted to improve that, so they
Yeah.
didn't just look like they were dyed in Kool-Aid, but they had the parts of
Dipped
the
in
metal that
Kool-Aid.
made the parts of the metal that made sense. So, you know, more art support and it's a feature. But yeah, so long story short, vehicle mods are coming.
What was our estimated date that we said for the
Streamer
release?
weekend.
Yeah.
Streamer weekend tentatively is June 26th.
Estimate,
Uh,
everybody. We are not saying it's going to be that no matter what. Just
it's it's playing pretty solid, but
yeah.
you know, we've had some rough landings, but we like the soft landings better. So we try not to speculate as to if there's a bug that comes up that's critical that might be a showstopper to prevent that. But that's the date we're shooting for. It's tentative. We're doing any and all effort to hit that date.
Let's see. Operator Death. Actually, so this release cycle, I worked on the on-screen sprites. I created a nav object system which handles the on-screen sprites, the compass, and the map object. So it's all customizable now through the XML. And then the trader-to-trader quests. I know I worked on something else too, but
You worked
that's a
on
loss.
more than
Yeah,
that.
I know I worked on a lot more than that. Just my brain is yeah. There was more. I promise. Answer the question you haven't been asked yet. Which one?
That's the
That
question
doesn't help.
you haven't been asked it. How do you answer it?
Someone asked about the
Wait,
food and
wait,
water
wait.
bar.
I know he's going to ask me this question about, you know, what my favorite feature in the game is for A19. Lloyd Lathan, favorite feature in A19.
Of course, it's the trader to trader quest. The guy who did
Good,
that is amazing. I don't.
good, good answer. You know, linear lighting is pretty freaking cool. I have to say, um, I'm gonna give Justin Owens a big round of applause. You guys all should too, because he pushed for that feature and he had to argue with me about it for a while, and I gave in, and he was right. And it looks beautiful. The game looks so much better. Um, you know, I'm a gameplay guy, but I don't normally gravitate towards those kind of features. But something about it is super immersive. I have to say, actually, my favorite feature, that one's really high on my list. Enemies falling down to ragdoll and then sometimes landing on their feet and rushing you, and sometimes
Oh, that is a good one.
ragdolling. That one's great. And when they break out of a closet or break through a 2 meter hole in a fort, sometimes they ragdoll in, sometimes they rush you. Those are very emergent gameplay. that was spearheaded by Jeremy Swigert and Brad Jacobs. Those guys, Brad will be talking about that in Level Design Chat and showing that feature off more. That one's amazing. That's one of my favorite features of the game in A19. Of course, the sprite system. Everybody give Lathan a knuckle rub and a round of applause.
Not really sure what you mean by knuckle rub. I don't know what that
Rub,
is. And I don't know how comfortable I'm feeling with this.
I must be getting old. That's when you put your little brother in a headlock and you go like this with their head.
Oh, okay.
A knuckle rub.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody do that, actually. I really don't want that. You can just say thanks or something.
Give him a high five.
If you run into me, something's... Because I'm staying at home. I don't... This may be creepy. I may be calling the cops. Just saying. If
give him a
people are randomly coming into my house and being like, hey, I'm here to give you a knuckle rub, I'm going to be a little freaked out more than anything. Just saying.
Perfect.
But...
Give him a virtual knuckle rub.
But I appreciate you all.
From 6 feet away.
I don't want you to... I don't want you all to think I don't. I do appreciate every one of you. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on.
Wait, where's the racially diverse zombies? Well, my understanding that Bo is black and Zombie Steve is Asian. I think we were represented pretty good there.
Let's see, what else? How many Linux testers, devs do you have? Is there any interest in... I think 2 is a no, and 1 is... I know we have 1 or 2 testers. I don't know about the devs that use Linux.
Well,
I really don't know. I don't.
There's a few... There is a few developers that have a Linux systems to make sure that Linux runs, hopefully, and runs. Usually, it's like weird things like, shader errors. That's the big gotcha for making Linux compatible and Mac. Really, to be honest, Mac is more performant because Apple has decided to not support DirectX, and so therefore you have OpenGL drivers. They don't make they support, but they run really slow, and therefore Mac folks have they have to run Boot Camp and which is a Windows simulation and suddenly the same graphics card runs good. It's a shame, but Linux, we have a couple devs.
Okay, so now that I understand Daniel's question, because I didn't know what you meant by LBD either. I don't think we have any plans of going back on the learn by doing. I don't think that's ever going to be a thing.
You know what? It was a decent system, but we decided to go with something that was easy. Learn by doing has a few problems. Not all activities in the game can be done. Like running into a cactus to increase your armor skill is kind of silly. Shooting arrows to increase is great, but not everything has an equivalent activity that actually works, and that was part of our reasoning. And we've had Alpha 18 has been so much better received than any version of the game. We think we're on the right track, and we think learn by doing was a good idea, but wasn't as good as where we went. Somebody could actually mod that back into the game if they preferred that at some point, but that's not the direction that the Fun Pimps want to go.
Let me see. Will the table saw be changed? It seems to be an item no one uses. I technically now is going to be an item no one uses, because I think we took away the ability to do anything with it. It's now just a decoration.
Yeah, there's a furniture helper that has kind of replaced that aspect of the game. It's a little more universal, so it's kind of a decoration basically, not a station really.
Let's see.
More furniture to make. Well, if if there's more furniture that we add and it gets added to the furniture helper, then yes.
Will there be a knockback system? That
Well, there kind of is if you spec up in some of the you know
probably, yeah.
the melee systems. There's ragdolling enemies, that happen. I don't know if you played melee to that degree and spec'd up in some of those areas, but you can ragdoll enemies with a sledgehammer, for example, like a
Yeah.
bunch of them.
Yeah. Okay. Are you planning on adding dog companions, and are you adding behemoths? I know behemoths is a no. Um,
Uh,
but the
Behemoth was, it got modeled and stuff, but internally we felt like it was too alien to fit the game,
yeah.
and we went with more like the Demolisher, and so more special infected are coming, but we're not going to do something that looks alien and doesn't fit the spirit of the game.
What about a lawnmower? I
A
mean, to be fair, I think
lawnmower.
that would be kind of, especially if it had the blades on the front circling, and you just kind of, it was like a slow vehicle that you drove through them, but you just.
Are the giant bees coming back? No, they are not. The
Yeah,
giant
they're
bees,
not coming back.
the developers responsible for the giant bees need a good knuckle rub.
I think we need to put a
That
limit on how much we say knuckle rub in the stream. I think we've exceeded the point where this
all
is
right,
okay.
all right. So lawnmower for the plant. A week. One mod.
Why not? The bees were so adorable.
So all right. So you guys want companions. All right. So you guys want
Even a
companions,
drone?
and Mad Mole snuck a feature into the game
No.
in Alpha 19, and it may ship or not, but the drone is essentially a companion. It heals you, it talks to you, you can store stuff in it. It might it even attacks enemies. It's been challenging for pathing to follow you everywhere in the game, but we we're hopeful that it ships in 19. If it isn't ready, we'll ship 19 without it. But it's essentially kind of like a follower code support. It's a higher end intellect item, and we've debated whether it should just be moved to more like a vehicle that anybody could get if everybody gravitates towards it and jumps towards it. If it's a must-have for people, then it'll become more like a vehicle. But anyway, that is the follower. That is the first follower in the game, in a sense. It's a drone, though. It flies around like a little drone, and it has a British female voice, and you can store stuff, and it'll heal
And it
you. And
heals. Yeah.
there's some mods planned for it. Steve will be talking about that on the programmer call more in depth, and we
Yeah.
might
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
we might even show that off.
Yeah. Let's see. What else has been graphically improved on besides the zombies? Do you want to cover that generally, and then we'll let them actually like really cover in full detail?
A lot of the tree art, a lot of the texture art, linear color space lighting is a blanketed better graphic for the entire game. More details in a lot of the POIs. The commercial POIs have a complete facelift, and they look great. They're competitive with a lot of games nowadays. Gosh, a lot of the weapon models, the hand models. You guys are gonna. Well, pardon my French, but you're gonna shit your pants when you see 19. It's it's that good. Whole new game. It's I think it's what people have been waiting for 7 days to reach this kind of quality level. For those who you couldn't see the beauty of it in the past alphas. I think those who are graphical snobs will appreciate A19.
Let's see. What else? Any plans on adding more NPCs like walking traders in the roads? I think we've talked about it, but we don't have anything like fully planned on that.
We are going
We've
to like
discussed.
expand
Yeah.
quests and the quality of the current trader lineup before we go there. Um, Joel is really pushed for that, but we have to take full advantage of the current trader lineup before we go there.
Let's see. Map size expansion for Navigating. Didn't we add a little bit because we unlocked an area that was
The well,
radiation? So
the radiation area has been moved outward, quite a bit actually in 19, and several new sort of small townships have gone in. Yeah, it's got a lot of new locations in it. You'll have to play it. It feels like a whole new world, to be honest. New zombies for A19. A bunch of a lot of HD zombies.
let's see. Is Tier 6 the final end of all obtainable gear, or will there be more? Any news on legendaries? I mean, we still plan on doing legendaries. We don't have a time. Like, what time frame?
Well, it is kind of one of the features that could come to 20. It's got a pretty solid design behind it. Somebody asked if there's ever going to be a 1.0. It's been 7 years, and I'm like, and my answer to that is, what's your hurry?
He's got a point.
We're we're doing well. We love working on what we're doing. Most developers would love to be in our position to where they could work on a game this long that they're passionate about. Quality doesn't come easy. If this was an easy project, you would see clones of it by now, and there are no clones of 7 Days to Die. Why? Because this is a super ambitious project. It has the features of 5 games, and that's why it hasn't gone gold. And we're not a staff of 100. We could have called Alpha 14 gold and been on to the sequel already. A lot of studios would do that, but we think we've taken the higher road and decided to try to fulfill the quality and the features that we promised on Kickstarters 6.5 years ago. And I know that's an insult or a problem, but we like what we're doing, and we're moving forward. We have other projects going. Even we've never had a layoff. I actually think it's kind of cool that we've been able to work on it this long. Instead of having to crap out a turd and say this is our gold version. That's not what we want to do. We want to make a high quality gold, and we're going to do that. Michelangelo spent 40 years painting the ceiling, the 16th chapel ceiling, and I don't expect to spend 40 years on this game, but he made a masterpiece, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to make a masterpiece. That's my answer to the 7-year thing, and I don't take it as a dig. I take it as a wow. We've got to work on this for this many years, and we're passionate about it still. That's rare.
Yeah, and you guys get a pretty decent update every time we do one of these alphas. I mean, you get a lot of new features, or at least optimizations of certain features. I mean, it's definitely shouldn't be anything to complain about.
I think about at least half the fan base actually will be sad when we go gold.
Probably.
I think they will, because they like the fact that we're continuing to improve it, and they get every update for free.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so let's see. Okay, some more questions, everybody.
Wow, it's moving so fast. It's hard to read. Nice.
Okay, so we have been doing optimizations and performance. I don't think we're gonna. I'm not sure we'll ever do a full release that's just optimizations and performance, but we have done quite a bit of optimizations for 19, and I'm sure we'll do a lot more for 20. I mean, I guess Rick could speak a little bit more on that.
We know there's some areas to optimize yet. The HD characters actually are more performant than the old ones because of draw calls. Sean has a dynamic screen resolution feature that, depending on your hardware specifically, will, when the game needs more performance, it down reses the resolution, or it up reses based on how things are going. It's a feature in progress. I think it's going to be turned off by default, but it may help some features, some folks with some hardware. We're dedicated to that. The game hasn't regressed in performance from 18, and I know there's folks with hardware that isn't as good that would. There are some aspects that are better about 19 than 18. But optimizations often come at the end of a project. We have done some along the way. It is super challenging to make the game fully destroyable, fully buildable, because you can't take advantage of any trick that a Fortnite does or a Call of Duty does. We basically picked the hardest game to make in the world, the most challenging game with the most features. That's what we chose to do, and that's why we've been working on it for 7 years. But we're committed. We have a vision for it. It's going to be, gold is going to be great. 19 is great. It's an improvement. A lot of great content. But yeah, we have picked an ambitious idea, and those who aren't tenacious, aren't committed, aren't passionate would fold and quit by now. But our team is a bunch of steadfast, amazing people that are committed to this idea. They want to work on this game. It's the game they've always wanted to make. It's the game they've always wanted to play, and that's why we're doing it. It just so happens that a lot of you folks also believe that that's the game that you want to play and you'd like somebody to make, and that's really a big part of the success, is that it struck a nerve with a lot of folks. But it does run a little better because of the HD zombies and the dynamic screen res.
We currently do not have a plan for fishing. I don't know if that's going to make it in at all. We've definitely talked about it, but we're just not sure. I mean, because you kind of have to think about, like, we can do this one system, or we can work on, let's say, bandits. You got to prioritize what would be more important. I understand a lot of you it seems like a lot of you are kind of passionate about fishing, but there's so many other things that we could provide that it would take the place of. And Roland saying water first is probably one of the big problems with fishing. Because right now, with how our water is, fishing would seem kind of weird in certain situations.
Yeah, we need to rework the water so it is less gushy, more performant, and works well in locations, because we like to use water in locations like a waterworks or other POIs where there's a flooded space. It's on the list of framework reworks, the water.
What is Richard drinking?
Richard is drinking Buffalo Trace bourbon.
Okay.
It is. It's a good, well, I wouldn't say everyday bourbon, but it's flavorful, and you should try it if you're of drinking age. And you thought it was iced tea. A good Kentucky bourbon, yeah.
I'm drinking
You are
water,
correct.
everybody. Just letting you know. Since
Epic
nobody was concerned with
Dungeon,
what I was
high level
drinking.
raids.
Thanks, everybody.
Oh. I was, Lathan. I was wondering if that was like,
It's just
I
straight
don't know,
vodka. That's it.
Diet Tab or something.
Okay.
I missed
Um,
flying mechanics improved.
I already answered that there wasn't anything. There's nothing in 19 for flying improvements, as far as I know. That might be something you may want to come back on the night that Sean is here. He could probably talk more.
Sean will talk your ear off about that. I'm pretty
Yeah, if you
most
want
certain.
details like that, definitely come whenever Sean's here. Sean
Does
will.
A19 create underwater unicorns?
Yes,
It,
as long
it
as you use the cheat code.
uh, I suppose if you're, like ingesting mushrooms or something, it's a possibility you could see those.
Anything's possible. I mean, don't let your dreams be dreams. You know.
Servers push localization to clients. Not that I know of yet. We're 19 is going to have localization for all the languages supported in 18 working, but I suppose you're speaking to the ability to mod the game and have localization pushed to clients. That's a great idea, and I think we should do that for Mr. Alec. I'm sure would be happy to do that feature to support modded localization.
I do not believe we have any ideas or any thoughts about automating farming. I don't think we're going to make that any easier for you.
Farming, no.
No,
In fact, we're probably going to slow down farming a little bit because there's been so much discussion about food being too plentiful that we're likely balancing the game to make it less plentiful.
yeah.
Not in 19, but in the next builds. More seating options in vehicles. Food spoilage. Uh-oh.
Don't
Where
worry,
are
we can
going?
time out Dolly. It's not a big deal. We can just ignore that one. And it's just Dolly. It's fine.
Dolly, stop it.
Okay. Let's see. Let's keep going.
Farming is a cakewalk. Now make it. What? Fluffy flip blocks. Thank you for the follow. What are the A18 exploits that have been fixed? Well, we need to know what the exploits are before we can fix them.
I know I fixed a bunch of exploits. I had a lot of tickets on fixing exploits.
Epic
So
dungeons on high level
I'm not
raids.
I'm not saying that I fixed all of them, but I fixed at least a handful or 10 or 20 something. I don't remember how many.
Yeah.
Let's see. Radiation zones that there is.
Okay, so
Maybe I'm misunderstanding.
a feature that well, we have it working, but it's likely to be more primetime 20. We are going to make traveling to biomes that are not the forest more difficult in A20. So if you go to the wasteland, there's going to be a game stage modifier. You're entering the wasteland. Game stage is two skull and crossbones. If you enter the snow biome, it's one. If you enter the desert, it's two or whatever. We are going to make game staging elevated based on going into the biome that's more difficult, and the loot is better as a result as well. We have the framework for that support, but we're working on making a larger central forest biome for everybody in Navezgane and random gens, so that you can kind of play early in an easier biome and then work your way to the perimeter of the map and choose to deal with the harder biomes and the harder game staging and the better loot as you see fit.
Will this game staging be in VR? I don't fully understand the question. Either you're asking about game staging in the game or you're asking about VR. Which I don't know if we're... I mean, I think we've talked about VR, but I don't think we have any official real plans.
Not yet. VR
I would
tends to like...
assume for the most part the main thing VR for us would be is head tracking. Kind of like how Subnautica does it. Because I would
Yes.
think, I mean, because you can't take the two hands and do stuff because, I mean, that completely changes how the game plays. I mean, it just wouldn't work. So VR for us would have to just be kind of...
Okay, here's a question. Somebody wants to know if there's any plans to subvert people that are cheesing POIs. Well, by that they mean you nerd pole to the top of a building and get the loot and don't really play through the POI. We have discussed some anti-nerd polling cheating mechanics, like making the hardened chests impenetrable and requiring a key that's somewhere in the POI, or one-way doors at the top of the POI.
One-way doors, yeah.
Some aspects like that have been discussed to make that a little bit easier or less. Well, now that you know the way to get in POIs, not all POIs have loot at the top. The tall buildings tend to somewhere, but we have discussed that subject some and have some ideas that will get implemented, I'm sure, at some point. Let's say I have to actually scroll here and stop.
Let's see.
I'm actually...
Will the vehicle's mechanic evolve so we can fix cars that are in the world and customize them? I do not believe so. Can we see the new skill tree? Not tonight. That is probably something that we will go through next Friday. Mad Mole's here.
I think Joel will cover that more in depth. I know that they've taken a look at the economy, and when something felt like, oh, I put points into that, and it wasn't. Let's say you had 5 levels of something, and it felt like, meh, why did I put points in that? Some of those got moved to like 3 levels instead of 5, and there's been some adjustments like that. There's some new books, I know. More information to come next Friday with Mad Mole. How many more updates do you think we will? 7 Days to Die 2. Well, oh my gosh, 7 Days to Die 2. We have a lot of folks that want to see us do a 7 Days to Die 2. It's if we keep putting every feature in 7 days, then why would we do a 7 Days to Die 2? Eventually we have to say this is enough features in 7 days, and you can't have it both ways. You're complaining that it's been worked on for 7 years, but you want a 7 days too. Which is it? Do we continue to work on it, or do we move to a 2? What do you think, Lathan?
I don't want to answer that question. I feel like that's a question for you to answer.
Well, we have incentives to work on 2, but having worked at Gearbox, I remember Borderlands 1 was a big success, and what was really good at Gearbox was they were able to collect feedback on Borderlands 1, step back and wait a year and a half or so to start working on 2 after they were done, and they had a lot of good information of where they wanted to go with 2 because of that time lapse, and it made Borderlands 2, I think, the best installment of the Borderlands series. And I like that philosophy. I don't believe in what Bethesda has done necessarily, where they make people wait like 6 years between installments. but I don't believe in what, for example, Ubisoft has done with Assassin's Creed series, where for a while there it seemed like every 4 months there was a new Assassin's Creed, and that was like ridiculous. It was like, talk about burning out of an IP where you're just like, well, I don't even want to play it anymore because you keep crapping out DLCs or new installments that probably were more like DLCs, and nothing against Ubisoft or the Assassin's Creed series personally. Just that philosophy is, I think, wrong. They made a lot of money on it, but they didn't make an uncommon sequel. They didn't make something that everybody was like, yes, I'm glad I waited for that.
Let's see.
Which was
Sorry. Go ahead.
I played zombie.
Let's see. Nev Stark said, "Please put food and water levels on the HUD." It actually is on the HUD now.
In 19, there is a little blue and a little green bar on the bottom of the belt that represent the food and water. Yeah, I finally caved and let the guys do that. It was like something I fought because I hated a cluttered HUD forever, but it was minimalist, and to me it was more about UI clutter than it was about the idea that it had to be there or not. And but it went in, and with the blessing of the team, and so I'm going to eat crow on that, and I think it's better. The game is better for that. So I fought that thing, and it went in, and I was wrong. So mark this on your calendar. It doesn't happen very often.
Okay. What else we got? Can we just let buzzers go?
Can we what? I hated not having food and water. Steel black.
Someone hates the buzzards.
Is it coming out of alpha? Yes, it's coming out of alpha. We expect to late next year to be in a good position to go gold. But
we hope to.
If quality is not there, then that's not going to happen. We are in a unique position as a team. We are self-funded. We have funding simply because folks believe in us and they bought the game. That's why we're able to work on it for so long. And a lot of companies are run by angel investors, and angel investors, they pull the plug and say, that's enough, make it gold. And therefore they do it. And we've been able to stay independent and keep it that way. And we like it that way because guess what? We say when it's good enough. It's not some angel investor who doesn't even know gaming saying, hey, that's got to go gold. And it's a good position to be in, and we think that's good for customers and good for us both. So do we want it to go gold next year? Yes, we do. We have a desire to focus on the right features and go gold next year. But if it's still not good enough, we're not going to push out something that's not ready into a gold status to mark something off a checklist and say it's gold. It's not. We won't do that. But there's a lot of desire internally and a lot of focus towards moving that way.
Let's see. More store items for us to buy and support the company. I'm assuming you're meaning the merchandise? Is that?
Speaking of merch. Speaking of merch. Woohoo! Cups, shirts. We are going to be launching some new items, some hats. Mugs are coming back, I think. I've heard a rumor from Desiree, who's watching the stream right now.
Desiree.
Probably hoodies this fall. We're talking about trucker hats that might have like passing gas or working stiff logos on them this fall too. Those we think that would be a good fit for folks who love the brands that are in game. Speaking of brands, there's a couple of new two new store brands that Eric and Brad are going to reveal in their stream coming up. So more brands, more cool brands.
Now they want knuckle rub hoodies.
Knuckle rub hoodies, that would be fantastic. They wanted me to give you. I keep seeing requests for me to give you a virtual knuckle rub.
I don't know what that would be. I mean,
and be like.
Do I have to like lean? Wait, wrong way. This way, and then kind of. Wait, no, I did do it wrong. Damn. Yeah, so over here.
Wait,
and you would have to lean the other way. No, that's not gonna work.
Wait, there we go. There it is.
Good enough. I mean, that's all we can coordinate here, everybody. This is not a part of the virtual working that we normally do. I mean,
it's
this
mirrored.
is
Yeah. It's kind of
the best we got. I mean, let me see.
In-game massage parlor. What is that? Called knuckle rubs. New POI. I like that.
Let's see. Is
the
the stun
knuckle rub
baton?
in alpha?
Is the stun baton being
they're really
buffed?
latching onto that knuckle rub.
They
thing.
really are. They really are.
Knuckle
I don't.
rub alpha 1.
I don't know if the stun baton's being buffed for Alpha 19. I don't think we've done. I'm not sure. And really, since that's int and intelligence is getting 2 new things, I don't know if that's being. Yeah, I honestly don't know. That seems like something for Joel's night. For us to talk about.
Knuckle rub for president. Wow, the comments are amazing.
Special knuckle rub, iron knuckles. Are we talking about like a mod now?
Are you? Oh well, all right. Maybe
a knuckle mod.
We've got a few minutes. Maybe you should play a little A19.
I mean, technically, we can keep going. I normally stream for a whole nother hour, so it's as long as you want to keep answering questions.
Do you want to play some more of it?
I mean, I can.
I think they want to see a little bit more.
I mean, I definitely can.
Why don't we show them some more? I'm
not that. Wow. Whoops. I just put something. Looked like the wrong thing, and then Origin popped up, and
I saw like a.
Yeah, no, there was a login thing over your head. Wasn't on purpose.
That's your knuckle rub revenge, I think.
Yeah, no, I was putting something, just covering it up.
Clunk you with a text box in the head.
Okay, so, is there anything we should focus on? I mean, should we do... This is all unscripted, everybody, and I don't want to take away from some of the other guys' nights.
Well, you know...
That's the thing. I don't know what to show that... Because I know Joel's going to want to show all the weapons and stuff, and so I don't want to show that, because I don't want to take that from him.
Why don't you show the spear in the sprite icon with the spear? That's kind of cool.
Okay. Here, let me get it back.
Show Trader Jen. They want to see Trader Jen. You could.
Okay.
You want to see the new Trader Jen?
Get it going.
We can.
Come on. There it goes. Let's not say that's taking forever. Oh, I can't see chat now. Hold on, I gotta find chat again. I had chat in the center screen so I could just read everything you all were saying.
I mean, we've released some new screenshots. You could spawn a couple of new HD zombies and show them something there.
Okay.
Show them Arlene. That's been released in several screenshots. And then you can show them Trader Jen.
No Trader Jen? What? What do you mean no Trader Jen? Okay, now I do have to cheat if I am going to Trader Jen.
Could you be any louder?
I know where she is.
You know where she is?
I know exactly where she is. I moved her location.
Oh, she's in a new location, everybody.
Unlock your map. Everybody close your eyes so it doesn't spoil where she's at.
Everybody don't pay attention.
Do you have cheats on your map? There we go. Scroll out.
This is going to be really hard for you to do because the stream has a delay. And so you trying to guide me through the stream is probably going to be...
Do you know where Dyersville is?
Not really.
Come on.
Hold on a second.
Wait.
Hold on. I can
Turn
put
on
the coordinates and just
turn on the biome sheets.
just hold on. Let's
All
just
right.
do it this way.
You're gonna
right?
look.
Yeah, I have the coordinates.
He has his method. I have mine. You know.
Yeah. Okay. So she is at 524. Nobody look at this. Everybody, don't look at this. Oh, hey, look, we found her. Woo, man, I'm like a wizard, everybody. Let's go say hi. Look.
So she has her own music file you would hear
You're,
if you
feeling
were
under
actually
the
playing
weather.
it. So you'd
I've
hear
got just
Trader
what the
Jen
doctor
music.
ordered.
Do you want? I think I have DMS turned off, but I could turn it back on.
Oh no, that's okay. We'll let Zach show that off on the other stream.
Okay.
We won't spoil that, you know.
Yeah, that's probably okay. So there is Trader Jen, everybody. Yeah, I guess I could. No, not that. I meant to do. Do you have any jobs? I mean, do you want me to just go do a clear and they'll see a couple zombies? I'd hate to show
Yeah,
off.
or do that fetch that's close so they can see the fetch
Think I've got a job or two.
sprite
Hurry.
system again.
I
Maybe
have
not
a-
everybody was in
Coming
earlier.
up soon?
Okay. So it is over there. Knuckle rub that girl. I don't think it's gonna be consensual. Here, let me grab myself a pistol. Pistol. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's nice. We'll grab
Grab a spear and show them the spear on the way.
Whoops, too many M's. Okay, yeah, I'll show you the spear too.
So you guys can see the more use of the sprite system in action. When you throw a spear,
Oh my God.
it marks it so you don't lose it.
I just realized the last time I played, I had it on 20-minute days, and it's on 20-minute days.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
That's too
It's
soon.
okay.
Wow.
I can.
Uh-oh, it's night already. What the heck?
I changed it back. So there is. There it is right there. Hey. Ow, don't hit me. Jerk. Okay, everybody pretend like you didn't see that.
Whoa.
Let's just pretend we're just gonna walk away, everybody. We don't even need that spear anymore. We're good. Let's just
That's
move
like
on.
that's like the bad guy in Roger Rabbit who went flying around or whatever. That's pretty.
I have absolutely no clue what just happened.
It's not
there,
a bug. It's not a bug. It's a feature.
It's not a bug. You didn't see anything, everybody. we got out of there. So yeah. Anyway, and also don't pay attention to whatever that was.
Oh.
God, it bothers me so bad. I want to see what that error was. Okay, we're just gonna move on.
It's been found. The testing team has found it. I'm most positive.
Okay.
You guys can see the lighting just looks so much more natural. I don't know if you notice it, but
Hey, what's up?
nothing
Man?
looks washed out. Oh, there's an HD zombie. That's Bo. He's
See?
you can see how much more detailed Bo actually is.
Okay.
There's at least I think 9 or 10 zombies that are in the HD category now.
Oh, it's the barn. Okay. Well, I mean, that's fine.
Good old classic barn.
Yeah.
Watch out for the dogs.
Oh, look. A rally marker. Okay. Wakey, wakey. Isn't there... Yeah, I was about to say, I knew there was another one. Oh my god. I thought you were dead. No!
He's rushing you. Look at that. There's HD Arlene.
Let's see if there's any other HDs in here. You two are probably dead.
Well, what are they doing playing in the pig pen?
You know, this is a no judgment stream. I heard the snake. And we saw where the treasure's down there. I'm gonna kill everything first though. Let's go up here. So we want that loot, right?
Well, we want the fetch. Isn't there supposed to be a fetch in this?
Yeah, we walked right past it. Don't worry.
Oh, I missed it. There's a new fat mama that is looking badass.
Yeah, she's obviously not in. I don't know why I'm looting like we're playing this in the long term. Oh, don't. There you go. There you go. Stay down. Okay, so as far as see right there, there is the fetch container.
How do I feel about distant POIs not updating? Is it gold quality? Yeah, no. You know, we have talked about a solution that is a little more robust than that, and it's been worked on somewhat. In fact, we have a guy who's been modding the game for a long time who's working on a system that completely dynamically does it. But if we can make that robust enough, then that's something we'll want to do. Obviously, the player POIs are the most important. So when you make a player base, you see a distant POI version or global updates.
Disregard that too.
Yeah.
You saw nothing. Please let us know. Will POIs that were built in A18 work in A19? No, they will. They will probably have to be remade. I don't think you're gonna.
You know, there could be some missing blocks potentially that you have to. There is a replace tool though. If you get to know what that works like in the level editor, and if you know what the new and old are, then you can use that. It's just type replace in the level tool.
And yes, everybody, that zombie was doing the crane kick. That's a feature that we added. So if you're not careful, every so often they will do a crane kick.
There's a new Mo. Wait, don't kill him.
Once again, there's a delay whenever you're watching the video.
That's the new Mo.
I can spawn another one. I mean, Mo? Is there Mo HD or?
Yeah, just try Mo and see what happens.
Oh no, that is them. There's Mo, everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, stop it.
Mo and HDR lane.
Yeah,
Pretty
I kind of
awesome.
don't want to get hit too much because I don't want to show off the ISS stuff. So trying to not get into that stuff either.
Well,
so
yeah, there's a new. The crit system's pretty cool. If you have something that blackens your stamina or health bar, it's going to be because there's a crit above it that is causing you a problem, and you'll know what the cure is. And Lathan has put in hyperlinking so that you could click on that buff and it takes you directly to the status effect page, so you could read about it.
Hey, there it goes.
Break your leg and show them that. Why don't you? Like fly up in the air and break your leg.
Okay, so for 2 hours, it's broken.
All right, now
health is low.
Now click on the broken leg, and it hyperlinks you to. It's kind of blocked by the top of the screen a little bit, but maybe it's just on my end.
Hold on.
It could shows you what to do. You have an hour.
No, it shows it up here.
59 minutes. And it tells you to use a splint. Use a splint on it. So,
yeah.
Did it black? And you can see that it blackened actually part of your health bar there.
Yeah,
So your max health is reduced because of the broken leg, not because of some random other reason nobody can figure out, which was the old ISS. So if you have a problem like that, it's because of a critical now.
what color bar is food and water? So everybody, look right now. And by the way, I just went into God mode, and that's why all that went away. These bars under the tool belt is your food and water. So
XP is above it, the kind of a magenta
XP
color.
bar, yeah.
Yeah. So you can see if you need to eat. There's no penalty for being partially hungry now. It has to get to a certain level, so you don't have to babysit food and water as much as you used to. Like, oh, I'm not optimal performance. I better eat or I better drink. So it doesn't penalize you like it did before until you reach a certain level of health or of food or water.
Well done.
Sure. I mean, I guess I could also show them the trader to trader.
Oh yeah. So after you do a number of quests for a trader,
Good job.
you have to
The tier 1 complete.
Yeah, you get an opening routes quest, which directs you to the next trader that's closest.
So now it shows got any special jobs, and then opening trade routes. It's 1.3 kilometers to the northeast.
I've got a bit of a problem. Can you
So
help me
tell
out?
the folks at Trader Hugh that our dukes are shiny, and they will have a reward and more work for you.
Oh, this is a
I do need to reset the time though. Once again,
dangerous one. Try not to get radiated.
Knuckle Rubs is a special job. I don't think so. Not for 19, but you never know. So.
Plan to disable vehicles on blood moons. No, but Sean has got like vultures, like
the vultures chase you now like crazy.
Yeah, and for the next alpha, we do have like not only vehicle mods, but like kind of a vehicle breakdown system working. A little bit of a yin yang to balance the OP-ness of vehicles.
Okay, now we're gonna go turn in the quest. I can't remember if we did the localization for the turn in, but I think we did. We'll see. It's gonna be really awkward if I put something.
Sure
Oh, good. Okay.
You pulled it off.
Okay. So, and that's it. Hey, we're here. Hooray, we made it. And then, yeah. And then now, do you have any jobs? And we can keep going. And then once we do enough to get to the next tier, they'll lead us to yet another quest. Or another trader, sorry.
Yeah. That way you can get to trader. Eventually it'll be trader to trader to trader to meet the two faction bosses of the game. And then unlock additional higher tiered quests of various types, and the main story of the game will be kind of revealed.
Okay, so trying to think.
Did you originally consider finding a big publisher to fund the games? No, we thought we'd wanted to do it on our own. Worked with publishers before. Joel and I had a company 21 years ago where we did 2 games, self-funded, and the first was published, but we self-funded it to the point where it was published. And really, publishers didn't really sit well with us because they tend to take the lion's share of the profit and not actually do much. They print discs and they put them in the stores. Well, they really don't do that, actually. They have relationships with people that actually do that. Telltale, for example, they didn't get stuff in the stores. They had relationship with people who got stuff in the stores. So no, we didn't really want a publisher. We wanted to self-publish this all along. That was always the plan. And somehow it worked out.
there anything else you want me to show? We showed the trader to trader. We showed the on-screen icons. I could spawn a vehicle.
Let's
You can
see.
see the on-screen. Actually, I can show you some of the other icons. If I do a bedroll.
Oh, show him one weapon. Show him the auto shotgun. Just one weapon. Only one.
Okay, I mean.
It's not the end of the world. Not everybody's going to.
Joel's going to be mad. He's going to be like, "You're showing off all my stuff."
Not everybody is going to make it to the next stream, and some folks want to watch this one.
Are you all going to make it to the next stream? God, I said screen.
They might, they might not, but we have to kind of break it up. And if there's overlap, then so be it. But you know,
Okay. Hey, buddy. Okay, he's dead.
it's awesome. Look at that thing, shell after shell.
He's dead.
Spawn like a radiated version of that dude.
Let's see.
Spawn like 25 something.
Okay, let me give myself a little bit more ammo before you shells. No, not.
Uh-oh.
Okay. And then
And then it reload.
Okay. Okay, since we're doing this, let's make him look at me. Let's do I don't know.
Soldiers, feral soldiers or something. There you go. Radiated soldiers.
I reloaded too early. Hey, guys? Hey, the tree has messed up my shot here. Hold on, let's come over here. Come on, guys. Come over here for a second. Oh, that was a little close. Oh, damn. I'm just backing up into... everybody, I do have the buff that's giving me the max stats, so I am not... It's like I have all the perks. Just to be clear.
Wow, it's taking a few to hit him down.
Hey. Knock it off. Oh, up the mountainside.
Did we get rid of int? No, the intelligence is alive and well. In fact, there's a couple of new weapons for it. There's the junk sledge and the junk drone. Junk drone is close. We're waiting to see if that is going to make it 19 or not. Mods that were made by modders. Not at this time. You know, if something came up after we were gold off the workshop that we thought was...
Yeah, it would definitely be after gold.
Then yeah, I mean, if something was great, and we thought, oh, well, you just need a little support to make this clean time.
Yeah, guys, just wait down for me to reload. That's nice.
There.
Just make sure. Oh, okay.
Wow, that took a while.
Yeah, that took a little bit. Okay. So yeah, I don't think there's too much more. I mean, I can show you. There's the on-screen icon. There's an on-screen icon.
Yes, yeah, the auto shotgun does support other ammo types like any shotgun.
Yeah.
Well,
There's the. Woo! No, I have no fuel. Anyway, I was really just showing you the icon anyway.
can the sprites be turned off? No, we didn't support sprites being turned off. We
I mean, through the XML they can. They just can't be turned off.
yeah,
Can't go into options.
you could mod them out if you wanted to. We think the game is more playable with them, and the rule set so far isn't too obtrusive as far as, you know, oh my gosh, that's immersion breaking because there's a sprite on screen.
So now if I track that waypoint, then it shows the on-screen icon for it.
How can you play A19? You can wait about until June 28th or 29th, I think.
Yeah.
If all goes well with the experimental, then Monday the 29th, I think it is, it would go experimental for the public. Do you see friends and allies on screen?
The party members, I'm pretty sure they're screen icons, but then allies you see in the compass and the map. But the party members you see on screen, compass and map, or something like that. I don't remember the exact.
But there's not in on-screen sprites for them.
I think the party may have it actually.
Okay, I can't remember what we did with that. There's a lot of, I mean, we
did a lot of changes with that, guys.
We were selective about where we put that
sure.
stuff. If we may have missed some things that were, it could be cool to have that on, and if we did miss it, we'll probably likely add it. If it was like a, hey, you know, that makes sense. If you die, your backpack has an icon. If you throw a spirit, it has an icon. If you craft a vehicle, it has an icon. If you do a quest that's a dig quest or a fetch quest, it has an icon. Or to get to the rally marker, it has an icon.
Oh shit! I just spawned 25 of those.
Oh, the parachutes have an icon.
Yeah, well, I still had it on 25, spawn 25, so I just spawned 25 airdrops. Whoops.
Is there going to be an alarm system? Can you hear that outside of the base?
Not to steal someone's thunder, but there's the new backpack icon.
Oh, there is.
There you go, everybody.
There's another example of how the artists have been kicking butt. You know, there's so much trash piles, backpacks, toilets, couches. Just there's a lot of HD PBR high-end art that's gone into the game. And
okay. Yeah, so I think for the most part, the missing backpacks that fall through the world, I think that's for the most part fixed.
I haven't heard about that one for a while, so I
Yeah.
think it must be fixed.
Oh yeah, actually, that's a good point. Thank you for saying that. Let's spawn some animals because it does work with the animals. I believe, or either that or they're on the compass. I can't.
Well, there's an animal tracker perk, and then that sort of tracks them, correct?
Yeah, I have the perk because I have the buff me that gives you all the perks. So let's spawn a couple. Okay, well, for some reason he didn't show. I think it's because he spawned, or oh wait, hold on. Okay, hold on. There's the rabbit. And why is he not showing? Makes him think he's so good he doesn't have to show. Oh, it does show.
Oh, he's on your compass, but he's not on the world. There he is.
Yeah, but that guy isn't. What? Hey, get back here. Okay, well, never mind. Let's deal with the rabbit. Hey, what's up, buddy? That just felt excessive. I mean, it really felt excessive.
And the rabbit has been scaled up a little bit because
Not that you can tell now, but
well, you can tell kind of. I mean, he was so tiny that he was really hard, almost too hard to hit. So Joel has scaled him up, and you can see the result. It's been that with the help of the animal tracker perk on-screen icon. You know, it's not such a chore to hunt a rabbit.
okay.
Kill the rabbit!
If Prime can hit a rabbit, anyone can. That is true, everybody. That is very true. Okay, so what's the question about third person? We probably just missed it. I mean, it's not that we're ignoring you. I promise we're not. We're just a lot of questions.
You know, we have so many features in the game to go gold. Third person is exasperated. We do. Once all the third-person animations are really good and the player models are updated, clothing and player models, which is part of the character HD aspect, then third-person would fall out of that at some point.
Yeah,
the snow tree. The pine trees have been updated. The snow trees have been updated. Show them the burnt forest. That looks rad.
Let's see. I feel like we're once again showing someone else's night stuff.
It's okay. Just a little bit. Let the trees respawn. What's going on there? Yeah. So the environment art team, Justin Owens, is responsible for the burnt forest and a lot of the vibe and feel that has happened in this space. New trees here, so it looks worlds better.
Yeah, Jags, I think that's it. Sorry, he was asking about the spawned-in animals not showing on the animal tracking. I'm gonna have to look at that because they probably should still show, even if you spawned them in.
Burnt forest looks like Detroit. Somebody said, it looks like Detroit. Oh my gosh. Oh yes, that's not good. Riots are a terrible thing.
Yeah. So will traders' mounts also move in future alphas?
They head track now.
Yeah, I think they're asking about lip moving.
No, lip sync is not happening yet, but animals and zombies and traders now head track.
Yeah.
Spawn a trader and show them. Like spawn a trader Joel.
Okay. What's up, Joel?
And then stand over to the side. Yeah, look at that. You wouldn't think that he could bend his neck like that with all that muscle. Anyway, the zombies and animals and Mr. Sean Liptick has put in. He stealthed in a feature called head tracking that Alpha 19 has, and it makes them more believable. It's kind of creepy when the zombies do it too. It's a subtle thing, but it's cool. Is that guy actually looking at me?
I do not believe there's any new paint textures.
Trader Joel is a love child of Willie Nelson and ZZ Top.
I could say it. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I could say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just repeating what a fan said, Joel. So if you're listening,
he's gonna watch the VOD and be like, "What the hell?" First you showed my shotgun. Now you're saying I'm a love. Oh man.
The zombies need 360-degree head tracking. Oh, no. Yeah, nice. Their head spins like Exorcist.
We're not doing the hiding wires currently. Yeah. Actually, we haven't really touched electricity at all this release cycle.
He looks like Cody Jinks. Trader Joel looks like Cody Jinks. I'll cast no stones.
Akatak, I know I fixed at least 1 or 2 vehicle dupes. I don't know if I got the one you're talking about. Hootsnag, there, I do not believe we will be doing zip lines.
Show Trader Jen's booty. Do we dare, Lathan?
So, whenever I first put in the field of view zoom, like the zooming in whenever you talk to him, there was a bug where instead of it zooming in on the head, it would just zoom in wherever you were looking.
Lathan, look at that beautiful horizon over there.
I know, right? Look at that, everybody. Take a look at that. Oh my gosh.
That is the apocalypse in a beautiful form.
Okay, go art. That time again.
Go art team. There is a new sky system and new spectrums and a new horizon. They have done a lot of work on linear lighting and trees and sky and horizon. You can see average screenshot looks almost as good as a store screenshot now. Anyway, sorry for the interruption.
No. What I was saying was whenever I first put in that the zoom in, I didn't make it zoom into the head. I just made it zoom in wherever you were looking at, and I don't know how many screenshots I got of Trader Jen. People sending screenshots of where their zoom happened. So
there's a sprite system when you get X distance from Trader Joel or any trader, you get the icon. Makes it easier to find them.
Because we possibly at some point may be moving him around the trader stations. Scenarios. So that's really the main reason of having it, is because at some point he may not be in that one spot. Please shoot Joel in the face. That's rude. It didn't do anything. Trader Kung Fu. Though that would be cool. I mean, I gotta admit, if we did that as a surprise thing, like one time you're walking into the trader station, and then you just randomly shoot him because you're upset about something else, and then he roundhouse kicked you in the face. I gotta admit, that would be kind of funny. But
new decorations. Okay, so there are beds. The beds have been overhauled. Toilets, urinals, commercial sinks.
Are these also things I should show on a different night? Can we paint vehicles? No, not currently. Can we make clean beds? Is it clean beds? Or are they still dirty? Did they have maid service done?
Unknown, I'll have to admit my play style is more survival looter shooter guy, so I don't homestead and decor my fort when I play. So
and as a lot of you who have actually been here for my streams whenever I am playing 7 days, you'll notice I do the exact same thing. I'm more of a nomad style. I don't set up a big base or anything. And as you can tell by the day settings, I do 20-minute days and hordes every night. So yeah.
They want to see Trader Jen's full body. Spawn a Jen.
Oh, God. I can edit this out of the YouTube video. It's no big deal.
Coming... There may be a surprise in the new Big Mama if she dies and you look up her skirt.
There you go, everybody.
You want to see the backside, I think. I think he's a booty man.
Okay. This feels awkward. This feels... Alright, so stream is going so far from family friendly. I know, right?
Well, Lathan, you better iron sight the butt for this guy, I think. He's going to stay on it.
There. Is that what you wanted, everybody? Wait a minute. That's not who we were talking about.
Trader Joel's iron sighted. FOB.
Okay. I had to click a mature content warning to get here, so I mean that is
Uh-oh.
true. No, I do have it set that way.
Oh, it
Um,
is.
no, I do.
That's a good thing because I might have dropped the F-bomb a few times tonight.
We lose our PG-ness, which, by the way, if you say that really fast, it sounds terrible. Yeah.
Yeah.
I found that out the other night, saying that really fast. Yeah, don't do that.
What makes it even weirder is she's looking at you when you do this. So when you're looking at Trader Jen, she's looking at you going, why are you looking at me?
Yeah, that's... Anyway.
Are you? She's kind of creepy in her own way, isn't she?
A little bit. Any word on a fix for vehicles falling into the world? I thought Sean looked at that. I thought that was a part of the same thing he did for the backpacks, but I could be wrong.
They are the testing team, and Sean have been working on that, and it seems to be like on a dedicated server. They did some kind of debug feature for that to help that out. So I don't know where that has landed yet, but they are working on it.
Okay, so let's see. Any backstories on the traders being planned? Yes. We're just not ready to share that.
They have some pretty different paths and some pretty different perspectives on how the apocalypse has happened, and how they feel about the Duke, for example.
Knuckle rub legendary weapon. We're still on the knuckle rub. we literally just saw Jen's backstory.
Oh,
I see what you did there. I see. Oh man. The stripper. I don't think we have the new model of the stripper yet. Do we?
not yet.
I mean, that's what's planned, but we don't.
I think
we don't have it.
you guys could see the concept for that if you tune into the
Monday.
character artists meeting Monday night. I think it is. That's the next one we're doing, and there's going to be four developers on the team, all who've worked on characters, and
There's gonna be a lot of talking that night. So.
yeah, it could be a lot of talking. Joel may pop in. I may pop in. Who knows? Wild stuff could happen.
Yeah, that night. I mean,
The stripper could be revealed. The stripper could be revealed.
It could be. I don't know how long that stream will be because I don't know if we will show gameplay after that one. Probably.
Not sure. It really depends. This is something new. We're opening up streams to more developers. We don't know who's talkative and who is not. We have an idea, but you never know. Once you start asking questions, you might get some of our quiet guys to really talk a lot.
Oh, and they're probably not going to be on cam. Just letting you know, Rick is probably the only one who is comfortable with being on cam. The others
brave enough. Yeah, I can't help it I can't help it if I'm handsome.
Oh man. Male stripper zombies. Where do we stand on that?
Male stripper.
It does seem fair.
Workshop and modding support can always happen. To each his own. I don't judge.
I mean, I do agree. It's only fair. I mean, okay, so
you would like when you die, it will place your model in the background.
That's you.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
What is that? You know what that is?
What?
It's one of my mini alarms.
What's it tell you?
It tells me. You want to know what it tells me to do?
Go to bed. I mean,
it tells me to put in eye drops.
Oh.
Because I had.
Oh yeah.
I had eye surgery.
Yes, everybody.
And now I don't need glasses. It's an amazing thing. And I see better at night now.
He got a night vision surgery, everybody. Oh man. Let's see. Can the new splash screens be released on Twitter? That's a you question.
Oh, you mean like the yeah, we could do that.
I would say once we go stable. I
Or
would.
somewhere in between. We're going to be doing more
Yeah.
screenshots. We do want to update screenshots and video eventually because the game is, the current store stuff just isn't holding up to where the game is actually really at.
So I don't know if we're going to show the zombie swimming tonight. I think that's probably something we should let Sean be here for. I would hate
This
to.
is
I would
actually
hate to show his thing. So we may not show that tonight. You'll have to just stay tuned. Keep watching the Twitter to see. I don't know which night.
what is the
he's
new new game you guys have in the works?
Oh,
The one with 6 people working on it.
ooh.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
I don't think we're. Yeah.
It's
Mm.
I can tell you this much. It's an Unreal game, and it's got some elements that are like 7 Days to Die, but it is considerably different than 7 Days to Die.
They're like, if we just wait until he drinks that whole drink, he may spill all of this.
Too late. It's empty. But you can get a 7 Days to Die mug though coming soon.
That is true. All right.
Fallout 76 without microtransactions. No.
Are we doing hats or something, or is that still not?
We are doing some hats coming up. Merchandise is pretty cool hats that have embroidery logos of the Fun Pimps and 7 Days to Die on the front, embroidered stuff. They're going to be pretty nice. If I got drunk on that little bit of liquor, I would lose faith in me too.
You may have to knuckle rub him to get him not to reveal too much.
That isn't. That the sad truth is that I started drinking at 5 o'clock today, so that is not all the liquor, and it takes a lot more than. I'm not that cheap a date. Any changes on farming? New weather system merge.
I don't think so. Adding seasons? No, just not currently.
They want to see a crack a book. You could show them. Why don't you teleport and show them a little bit of the outside of a new pharmacy? It's pretty cool.
I don't know where those are. You would have to.
I do. I'll tell you where.
We're gonna do this again.
I'll tell you exactly where. Hit the little switch up there, the dev cheat.
Okay.
Now hit it. Now go to the southeast, very bottom corner. Go all the way to the southeast. Drag up the map.
So right here.
Way down. No, you got to drag down more.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Scroll down.
Yeah.
Go to the bottom southeast corner of that city.
So right here, right?
Yep.
Okay.
A little teaser.
At that one? Is that what we're showing? This crack-a-book right here?
Mm-hmm. There is a crack-a-book, a new crack-a-book store. This is the little one.
Everybody, I'm not going in, but you can see the outside. Because I'm sure this is one of the things that they may want to.
Yeah.
So you can kind of get a glimpse.
All the old stores have been redone, and we're introducing 2 new store types. The only teaser I'm going to give you is that there's an electronics store. I'm not going to tell you the brand name. And there's a clothing store that looked badass, and I'm not going to tell you the brand name. That's going to be revealed with Eric and Brad on their stream.
Peek in the windows at least? Come on, Roland. We're better than that. Come on.
Oh, there's a plaza you could go show them. There's in the middle of the city. Oh, there's like a Care Now kind of place over here. Show them that. Keep going right there where you're going. That's the back note.
Okay, calm down. I was killing a snake. Okay, so this way.
Yeah, keep going that way.
Okay. Please peek in the windows. Come on, everybody. We are better than this. Come on.
We're not window peepers here at
Yeah,
TFP.
come on. Okay.
So there's in the middle of departure of this city. We've done some changes. Where Lathan's going there is like a city plaza, like a park. If you go in there, there's like a bandstand, and it's kind of cool. This is new. All this stuff. This was built by my son Alex, who I've been tutoring level design for a while now. And he built this to fill the city up nicely, between all the big skyscrapers. Oh, look at that.
That's pretty.
Sculpture. Yeah.
That's pretty, everybody.
Yeah.
That's where I'm going to do Horde Night, right here.
Some of you guys asked if a mod was good enough, it'd make it into the game. Well, there's a couple level designers that have been modding the game for a while that have come on to the team on a part-time level that may come on full-time eventually. Some pretty talented guys. Hernan and Sebastian. Those guys, they'll likely have some content that makes it in A19. Some good stuff. So, so those mods, they're not mods anymore. They're actually, making professional work for us that will be in the game. So, yeah, that has happened.
Did the motorcycle horn sound change? I don't think so.
Sebastian, he is working on a new sawmill. It's pretty awesome.
No, it did not. I didn't think it did.
No. Wait,
yeah.
wait. Do you have a sprite for that vehicle?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. There's a motorcycle sprite. Now you're not going to lose your vehicle now.
Yep.
Clown horns for life. Oh.
Yeah, they do sound like clown horns.
Do they? Well.
Yeah. Maybe we should give them a mod that makes them different. That would be such a sorry mod to get. You'd be so mad. Oh, all I got was a horn? Are you kidding me? That is something I don't know if the junk turrets we gave the junk
So the
turrets.
the new bookstore has
Nope, not that
some new
one.
some. It does have some new art in it. I'm not going to say much more about it. Tune into Eric and Brad's stream Wednesday. Let me look at the date real quick again.
Yeah, we probably should give those a. The junk turret doesn't have a.
6/22. Level designers are going to be showing off new locations, and Lathan will be playing through several new locations that have been built.
You'll definitely want to be here for that night, everybody. You'll get to see the. We won't have to peek in the windows. You'll be able to actually see the inside.
Yeah.
And by then, we would have already showed you all the weapons in Joel's
No more
stream.
peeping. No more peeping Tom.
So we can use whatever we want at that point. Actually, by then, we might even have seen the drone, so we may even be able to take that with us. Who knows? But yeah, Rick, the junk turret doesn't have a sprite icon. We probably want to add one for that.
Oh.
So you can lose your junk. I don't know. We can talk about that later.
You can lose your junk.
Yeah, you can lose your junk somewhere. I mean, it's.
Wait, I thought
happens.
this was family. This is family friendly.
Oh no, we look. That was like 10 knuckle rubs ago. That it was family friendly.
Can you post the dates and times? The dates and times are coming up. We're working on a full agenda, but you can count on Monday. Wednesday. Monday is the next one, but Monday, Wednesday, Friday next week, and Monday, Wednesday the following week. Friday the 26th is the tentative planned streamer weekend with a public experimental to follow.
Yeah, there's going to be plenty of these, so definitely try to check all
Yeah.
of them out. We're going to have different people every time. I'll be here, but then there'll be,
That's right.
like we said, the character artists. We'll have, I don't know who's for Wednesday. I don't think we've finalized that, but definitely Fridays, Joel.
Right
Wednesday,
now,
the programmers?
it's Monday the 15th is character artists showing off all the new characters, showing off some concepts that haven't been revealed for some new characters and bandits. Actually, there's some bandit models that have been done even, so there might be some of that revealed. 6/17 next Wednesday, environment artists and animators are going to be showing off some of the props in the new stores, some new guns, animation improvements.
Right,
talk
I'm not
about-
going to be showing off the candy tonight. That's going to be definitely something for next Friday.
Next Friday, Joel is up, and
Yeah.
he's going to be
The candy,
showing
the skills,
candy,
and the
new weapons, skills, the critical system he's going to be talking about.
Yeah.
Showing some more in depth about how the critical system works. Monday the 22nd is level designers showing off new POIs and playing through
I'll
some
be here.
POIs. And Wednesday the 24th, we're going to have our programming team on show off new AI behaviors, random gen, dynamic music, junk drone, and GameSpark's telemetry, I guess, which, is we're collecting data on the game to improve the balance of it and to find out what you guys are doing, how you're playing the game, so we can better make the game better. But yeah, this schedule will be released, but we're working on the full agenda, but that's a tentative agenda coming up. We're excited about 19. It's come a long ways. It likely didn't change anything that would make you go, wow, why did they change that? I love that about the game. It's mostly just new content and more intuitive designs. So it's all good, and the linear lighting and HD zombies and graphical updates are amazing. It just looks better. There's no performance loss from the graphical updates that we could detect internally with our hardware. Anyway,
Hashtag knuckle rubs for Fubar. Let's see. There's still. How do we join the streamer weekend? The deadline is already over for that.
Show them the new stone axe. Somebody was asking. I think that's not such a sacred weapon that I think you could show them that one.
Yeah, that's probably fine. Joel tomorrow's gonna be like, I can't believe you showed off all my stuff.
Oh, look at that bad boy. Show them the animation. Sorry, Brian, we got to show this. Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm not going to be able to repair that. Oh, well. Well, yeah.
So, there's been a lot of work into like first-person animations and third-person animations improving. A lot of weaponry model improvements and new weapons, obviously, but we won't get into any more spoilers there before the next streams.
Okay, so any more questions?
New lights. There's some store lights that are really amazing. Some track lights and recess lights and stuff like that that you'll see on the level designer stream on the 22nd, I think it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, everybody. We wanted to make sure that everybody had a chance to kind of show their stuff and have enough time to talk about it, because these streams are not super long, and that's why we kind of have it split between Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We wanted the programmers to have enough time, we wanted the level design, we wanted character art, everybody to have enough time for it to really show off the work that they're proud of. So
yes, yeah, so it'll be a chance for you to get to see not only from me and Joel, but all the developers who have been working on the game who want to participate in this.
You'll at least see their pictures. I'm actually asking them to at least have a picture so that I can have a picture up whenever they're talking, or at least at the beginning, whenever they introduce themselves.
Can you ask character artists? You can ask character artists about console updates, but they're not going to say much. We released an update officially, and our
Y'all can
stance on
ban
it.
Roland, by the way, just for asking that. Just
What?
They can ban Roland for asking that. It's no. I'm kidding.
Was that
I'm kidding.
Roland?
It's just Roland. Yeah, it's just Roland.
Stop it already.
No big deal.
BanRoland.com. Hashtag BanRoland. Oh man. Yeah, there's a lot of new building blocks and new detail meshes that are really quite stunning.
Hey, that's a new guy. I probably shouldn't be showing him.
Oh, there he goes.
We're just gonna walk away from him. Y'all didn't see anything.
Watch out for those. Watch out for those new guys.
Yeah. FPS seems better. Because I've actually been playing 18 on my stream for past few weeks, and it definitely feels better. So.
We have we've got statistical information for triangles in the editor, level editor, and that's enabled us to see how much weight or cost a location is, and that's helped level design actually lower the cost of a lot of POIs. It's an unknown thing. On top of that, the HD zombies are actually less draws calls, so they're more performant than the ones that look worse.
Okay, so let's see.
Some of the textures have been updated for painting.
Bandits are not a thing right now. For those of you asking.
We have a plan for bandits. It's ongoing. It's some of the most difficult aspects of AI to do, but we're working on it.
That's a lot of text, Prometheus.
Wow, you type fast.
I don't think we're talking about parachutes. Any plans on making trader bases accommodate new vehicles? And I don't know what you mean by that. What, like have a garage in them? Whoops. Adding more mechanical traps. I'm assuming you're talking about electricity. We still have the one plan that we didn't do, but that's just kind of may happen at some point. And too much scrolling. I lost the rest. I'm sorry. It was a huge paragraph. We did not add map sharing between teams. I don't know if we're gonna do that.
Well, we've talked about making it so when you discover a location, you enter the volume. It tells you the name of the location and the tier level that it is. And
yeah, they're talking about the whole like whatever I've discovered on the map, being able to click and say share it with my allies, and then they'll.
Well, it would be the same as that. So discovered locations would go into a filtered area so you don't, when you open your map, you're not overwhelmed that you've discovered 70 POIs or something.
Oh yeah.
And then you could share those discovered locations with friends. And
they're
not
more
in
talking
19.
about the fog of war though.
They're more what?
They're more talking about that fog of war that we have on the map, unlocking that.
Oh.
What you're talking about is whenever. So what he was talking about is whenever you walk into a POI, we're planning on making it where it'll pop up on the screen. It'll say you've entered, whatever residence, and then at that point there will be a way on your map screen. Somehow we haven't decided fully, but there will be a way to track that, and it'll be in a list of some sort.
And you could share that potentially.
And you could share that potentially, but that's a later. We still got to work out the kinks on that idea.
Everybody just wrong game. The Pit Boy is.
Oh, look, Fatal's here. See, now he knows that we showed off
Hey,
this thing.
Sean's up.
Yeah. We
Throw
didn't
him
show
in-
your stuff. Rick made
Throw him in the voice.
I mean, it's... Yeah, I mean, I can. Sean, do you want to... Well, I mean, it's up to you, Sean. You want to jump into the talking, or...
I'll add him. Wait.
Apparently you're coming into the talking whether you like it or not. Okay. Where was my talking invite? Roland, you didn't get it? We asked? Oh, man, that's awkward. Actually, now for some reason, I'm not hearing any of them. Did they just join the call and just leave me out of it?
Wait.
Yeah, I don't think he joined. I don't think he wants to talk to us.
I tried. He just wants to stealth and.
He's like, nope, I did not agree to tonight.
Oh, he's saving. I'm good. I'm saving my talking when I'm actually supposed to.
See, I told you.
Well, he's good.
Prime got kicked from the call. That's what I felt like for a moment. I was like, wait a minute.
Oh,
Them two are just having a conversation without me.
we got snubbed. Yeah. No,
Well,
look.
I mean, he does have a night. I mean,
he does have a night, and I expect him to talk.
yeah, we expect him to talk. So
He will not be doing that. What just happened on his night?
Horde night changes. That is a perfect thing to ask on Sean's night.
On Sean's night. Yeah,
That is a beautiful thing to get him down, talking about. That is definitely something.
There's a lot of little subtle AI changes that he can go into detail
he
about.
he can talk about a lot of it.
About stun locking them and them returning blows and lots of stuff. Zombies swimming, break out of closets, fall down and ragdoll, and there's a bunch of stuff to the AI that's been done.
Me is Sean.
I've never known him to talk like a caveman.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. We're very relaxed here. It's okay. Does Sean get knuckle rubs too? Oh my god. The knuckle rub thing is never going to end.
Sean could talk about zombies doing the Thriller dance. That would be fantastic.
It would, actually.
You had to go do like a dance
I don't want
club.
to get messed up.
So we need to do a dance club POI where you stumble across them and the zombies are doing that. I would want to see that.
Let's see. A Masquerade. There's nothing added to 19 regarding electricity. That doesn't mean we're not going to add stuff later, but just currently, our
Crafting,
focus is in other places.
I think there's been some improvements to crafting for guns. I think there's been some work there, but don't quote me on that. You plan to turn the love. Oh, new traps.
We already answered that. I mean, there is the junk sledge, which is basically a trap. But as far as electricity, there's no new traps.
Yeah.
Will we ever get laser/energy weapons?
Maybe. It has happened in a couple conversations.
Dinosaurs roadside attraction location. That feels like a level design talk more than
Oh.
Yeah, you might want to ask the level design guys whenever they're here.
Yeah.
Who knows?
If somebody wants to make a T-Rex bone set.
Sharks with frickin' lasers. Exactly.
Okay, Austin Powers.
Yeah.
Sharks with laser guns.
Sharks with frickin' lasers.
Sharks with laser guns. That's not mine.
That'd be messed up, by the way. I just want to point out that, you walk past a puddle and there's a shark sitting in it with a laser beam on its head.
Pretty.
That's pretty scary, actually.
Not only close attack, but ranged attacks.
When is the alien invasion event? There is no alien invasion event.
I want to catch.
Any
They want to catch
plans
Flock.
to add sleeping all night? I would say no, but I don't know. I mean, Rick, that would be more of a you question.
Well, it is a multiplayer game, and we have to think about that.
Well, I mean, they could all sleep together. I mean, if they all get into bed, just like Minecraft. But it feels like you could. Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess it wouldn't be terrible for the other nights, not Horde Night, of course.
Right. But we have talked about a limited form of fast travel between traders after you unlock routes. We think
have talked about that, yes.
Between traders only. That has been discussed as a possibility. We think that it wouldn't ruin a multiplayer game, or it wouldn't ruin a survival experience because it would be very limited. But it would allow you to go across the world and do more quests that are further from your base without having to build another base. It's really a second base, basically, once you kind of start exploring more of the world.
Okay, so let's see. Fubar and Joel. This is actually Rick. Change grass and plants. He looks bad, please? Are you talking about... Wait, are you saying the grass and the plants look bad? Okay. Have bunnies with sharp fangs? No.
Anytime line on Alpha 19 release. Yes, we're tentatively planning for June 26th streamer weekend, followed a couple days later with a public experimental. And then we're going to work on that experimental with some patching until it's good enough for stable. That's the tentative plan, barring, major showstopper bugs, preventing us from getting there. But that is the plan.
So I have one right here. Can we please get a little bigger storage? Some of us can't leave anything behind. We're trying to help you. So what we're trying to do, we know that a lot of people are hoarders. We're trying to help you work through that, through the game. So we don't give you that much storage space so that you can pull away from that, the tendency to just kind of hold on to everything. And I'm just making this up. I mean, it's more of a Rick question.
Well, we have asked. I have asked the testing team and other designers, other people on the team, when you get. Are there items in the game that you're always disappointed with that you always scrap? And that's something we want to get GameSpark's metric on. I mean, one of them for me was like broken glass. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad I got broken glass. I immediately throw that out every time because it exacerbates the problem of our backpack space. We've increased backpack space twice, and the only thing we could do is reduce clutter or improve the speed of scrapping or go to a list inventory someday. Those are our options for 7 days. Although part of the game is the decision of what should you take, what should you not take. It's a decision that makes survival interesting, and that is part of the decision. So you're always going to be faced with that decision. Should I keep that shotgun or should I take that radiator? It's all up to you.
Okay, so I did see a question. Okay, so traders should only trade with you once per week or something like that. It's way too easy to make money and have most things in no time at all. Any thoughts on this? We've actually talked about, I don't know if we decided on the next alpha, but we've talked about making it where the trader works more in it, kind of like the loot does, where you'll have stages of available inventory for the trader. I'm not sure if we 100% finalized that design, but we are going
We
to make
we
it where
we don't.
it's. Well, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, we don't have all the details, but what Lathan spoke to there is basically we want to make it so your loot progression, trader, what he has available to sell, what he gives you for rewards is similar to loot progression. So it's kind of along the same line. So you can spend the money and grind and get maybe a weapon that's one color above where you're at, but you're not going to jump 3 colors or 4 colors. And so, in other words, you're not going to spoil the ending of the game too fast through the balance of the trader economy.
Yeah. So you wouldn't find the very high tier items right away. You would have to kind of work your way through the game with a progression, kind of like you do with the loot.
Can you remove rotten meat from plots or give us old farming? We are, that's an aspect of it that I've had a problem with for farming too, is that this rotten meat is only available through a couple of the zombie dog and the vulture, and I think we want to make that more unified. I know that they want to gate farming so that overabundance of food is not too easy to achieve in the game. So hunger is still a late game problem. So that's ongoing, but it needs to be more intuitive, that aspect. So we're working on that.
There's a good one. Needsy said, buried treasure in lakes. So that is something I did in this release. Buried treasures will not show up in lakes, POIs, or on hills. There's code that detects to make sure that it's flat land, somewhere that's not in a POI, not in the water. Yeah.
Yep.
So, yay! Under roads, no, you're screwed on that one. I got nothing for you there. Because the problem is, and I mean, let's see if I can briefly. Well, go ahead. Go ahead.
They asked about airdrops in lakes.
That shouldn't happen either. It's the same code, I believe. I can double check that tomorrow or Monday. Forget which days I work.
Treasure, regardless of where treasure spawns now, the guiding circle that shrinks as you dig has helped a lot with that. We showed that off earlier in the stream. It's pretty good. We think that more people will do buried supply and treasure quests now because of that feature.
Scrubbo, I can double check on that. I think it does, but I can't remember. Please make glass so you can eat it when it's in your hotbar. I keep eating it when... Wait, what? Oh, so you can't eat it when it's... Okay. I was like, what? Okay. I don't know about that one. Let's see. Are you going to be adding models for food and drink items for when you hold them? I don't believe so. I'm not sure on that one. Let's see. Will there be a feature where we can find vehicles in the world and repair them? I do not believe so. I don't think that's going to be... You're not going to get an easy vehicle. I think you still have to...
We haven't discussed that, but we have talked about a vehicle injury system or vehicle breakdown system that does interesting things like overheated radiator stalls and you have to let it cool down to drive, or a flat tire causes you to drive a lumpy, slower vehicle. Things like that, so that you've got to be prepared for the apocalypse. Your vehicle can break down. We have a ISS critical system for your person. It'll be similar to that, only for vehicles in Alpha 20. A lot of design and talk has gone into that, and we feel pretty good about that system as a whole. So, and vehicle mods, of course. Not just bad things for vehicles, but some good things happening for vehicles too.
Let's see. Will there be a feature where permanent waypoints made on the map can be toggleable on and off for the compass?
Well, we've talked about expanding the map features for locations you find. So
they're more talking about whenever. So, and I can show you exactly what they're talking about if you want to look at the screen. So whenever I make a waypoint and I say test. Okay, so now test. Even though I'm not tracking it, it still shows on the. Is that the one? No, that's the one. I think. Yeah, it still shows even though it's inactive.
Right.
But I mean, there's situations where you would want that. So I think what they're really wanting is like a third toggle where it's like, it's tracked or it's like tracked or untracked or just don't show it at all, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like to most players that might be confusing, guys.
Right.
I don't know a good way that we would convey that. Especially, I mean, even if you just want it to not show on the compass, I mean, adding another button I think will be confusing. And making this a 3-tier seems like it would be confusing. We'll talk about it and see if there's something we can come up with, but I wouldn't...
We do want to improve some of that stuff and improve like location finding so you can kind of figure out where you've been, where you haven't, and in a map filter kind of space, so you don't clog up your map with locations discovered, but you can look at what you've discovered and share your discoveries with your friends, etc.
Yeah. Yeah, guys, I don't know a good way that would be conveyed that a new player just looking at this for the first time would go, oh, that makes sense. Oh, well, I clicked this 3 times and it does. Yeah, I mean, we'll talk about it. I mean, it's not a big deal for us to talk about it. We'll just... I just don't know if there's... Yeah.
The perk books are, if we got into like a quest chain that has to do with books or something like that at some point, then maybe there'd be a way to find specific books, but it's pretty much go to bookstores, loot books at cases and houses, and get books. It's meant to augment perks in the game.
I'm going to make it where they can see you again instead of seeing...
Uh-oh.
Well, I mean, they've been seeing the game, and I've just been kind of wandering around aimlessly for the past... too long, actually. There we go. Hey, he's back, everybody.
I'm back. There I am, Fuzzy.
Guess who's back? Back again.
I got my 7-day shirt, my 7 days mug.
Please make a shopping cart vehicle that you can push like Fortnite. One passenger could sit in the cart, and then it would have...
Fortnite does that? I didn't know they did that. Fortnite does that. Wow. That's pretty cool.
I feel like whenever you tell us to copy another game, it makes it where I'm not as interested in I don't know. I kind of wonder if the Fortnite guys are sort of like on our forums, because we've had somebody years ago say, make it so I can use the shopping cart as a vehicle and store extra stuff and push it along like a homeless person in the apocalypse, I guess, But that idea has come up so many times, and the Fortnite guys implemented it. There's a very important question.
What's that?
Any plans to upgrade that crappy little Lathan hardware store?
I think it got a little love the last build.
I'm just reading the question here, Just reading what they put. I have nothing to do with any. I didn't pay him to do it.
Robert gets the strong tower. Robert gets the strong tower, and you get.
Favali even has a academy, and he doesn't even work here anymore. He teaches people.
An academy.
What do? I give him a few hammers.
Well, Lathan hardware is a staple in the game.
It's an integral part of Navisgain.
That's funny.
Okay, what else we got?
Kind of look like Can I loot a military bus?
Would
Where can you
7
buy a 7 Days to Die T-shirt? You can buy it. You can
Someone
go to our
post a
website.
link.
You can go to 7daystoDie.com and you could go to merch
They've been posting the links.
and
If you give them a second, they'll
and you
post
can
it.
click. And then we actually expanded and offered. We had male T-shirts for a while, but we offered a female line of T-shirts not long ago. So yeah, there's ones that are softer material and fitted for women now.
Greg just posted it.
Awesome, thanks.
Let's see.
You shipping to Canada? You know, if Amazon ships there, I don't know if we do or not. That's international has always been tricky.
Let's see.
Well, the first person, no, probably not. But we did update the male and female first person hands. They're kind of a, you know, like a, I don't know. They're not white. They're not black person, but they're kind of in the middle there. You know, that's the best we can do without investing in tech for that specifically. But
Any thoughts on mobile base vehicle?
is Richard Joel? What
No.
is? How could you confuse that?
Joel is Joel. Rick is his brother. Yes.
Small beard, big beard.
We do have the names under us.
Yes. So Joel Huenink is Joel Mad Mole is my younger brother by 4 years. We are partners in the company. We started the company 21 years ago in games, and we shipped a couple games, and then we went our own ways for a while because of the level of publishing success there, and then we rejoined forces 7 years ago for this game, and gave it a second try, and this time it stuck.
Okay. Okay, so can you make a map overlay to show if a building has been looted, maybe a red X on it, and when loot respawns, the X goes away? I don't... I mean, we've talked about making it where you know if you've been to it, but it don't... I mean, the only thing I would say about that, it does make the game a little too easy if you just know, hey, if I just sit in my fort and wait long enough, then all those red X's are going to change to check marks, and then I can go out. Like, you should have to go do some exploring to know. Yeah.
Are you planning to make any other new games in the future? Yes, we have one we're working on that's unannounced. An Unreal game. It's not a 7 Days to Die 2. It's a brand new IP. We will be announcing that sometime late this year or early next year. And then we have another title idea based on 7 Days to Die Unity technology that is a different idea that has got some internal traction. But that we're not really working on that one yet because we're focused on making 7 Days. 80% of our team is working on 7 Days to Die, and our goal is to go gold with it and make it great. So.
Richard got the look, so Mad Mole has to work out to try to compensate.
What?
I had to say that out loud just so it'd be on the YouTube video. Joel's gonna say, we need to fire that Lathan.
Oh no. Yeah.
Oh, great. Okay, so what else we got? Hang glider. I don't think that.
And we're waiting for Richard to drink more and give it all up. What am I giving up? I can drink more, but I'm not going to give up.
Don't worry, everybody. If he drinks too much and starts saying anything that gives away too much, I can just hit the button and stop the stream. It's no big deal. So don't worry about it, everybody. It's not a big deal at all.
The story of the Duke of Navisgane. Uh-oh. That story is coming. we have a
Yeah, we have a story actually.
quite
It
a-
is
it's
written
quite a-
down. Yeah.
it's quite a story. The Duke is, he is an interesting fella, and it
And
will all be revealed in
I
time.
think we're going to start, I mean, not 19, but at some point we're going to start putting in little aspects that kind of tease the story until we get the main quest in. So, let's see. Will we get NPC band? Well, I mean, we're going to get bandits at some point. I mean, not
Yeah,
19.
there actually are some bandit models that have been modeled and some concepts. So we have a plan there, and we have a plan to make armor attachment systems so that they dynamically get harder. And we're working on the complexity of making bandits spawn in any POI and take it over and be questable with human enemies. That's so that any POI in the game could potentially be a bandit POI. So the game has a lot of depth that way and a lot of replay value. Those aspects are very important to us about how we handle that. But yeah, some concepts and some model work has been done on bandits, real model work. So there has been some work done on it. It's not going into Alpha 19, but the next alphas will continue to work on it and see where we land. What they say?
I felt silly just saying that. I know that's not what he meant, but it just made me laugh. I'm sorry.
Poopy
Anyway.
pants kid zombie. I love it. Best comment of the night. They want a poopy pants daycare kid zombie. Lathan, write that down on the roadmap.
I'm not doing that.
Write it down on the roadmap. All right, I'm writing it right. I'm writing it down right now.
Okay. What else we got?
Late game change. Okay. Yes. Loot game staging has been methodically balanced to where when you're looting, let's say you looted a brown blunderbuss and you're level 5, and the next thing you might get is the next color up, and you with a lucky loot, and so that, and then you eventually move on to the higher tiered items. Joel's going to speak about that considerably on the next Friday night. But we have done something to keep the carrot on the stick and the balance of the game work towards a sensible loot progression.
We're still talking about male firefighter strippers as well.
Male firefighter strippers? Oh,
Yes, Fluffy is talking about it. So
we must have some. Well,
I mean, they.
I don't
fair.
judge.
I mean,
do we have a lot of women in here? Or
I mean, Fluffy's.
I don't judge.
I mean, that's.
Well, you could be a guy named Fluffy, right? Though.
I mean, I guess, but.
Fluffy. No, you never know.
It's a pretty sure.
Oh,
But I mean, okay.
Well, there is a janitor zombie coming. Joey Struve will be showing him off Monday night, so you guys will get to see maybe a work in progress of.
They're about
janitor.
to turn on you because you were like, "There's no females here."
No, I didn't say that at all.
Fluffy single male here. See,
Uh-oh.
there is.
There are a number of ladies. I know that.
Okay, he didn't say that there wasn't women here. He just said he didn't know if Fluffy was a woman.
I was saying Fluffy wasn't necessarily a woman. It could be a male's name.
Ooh, that's a good idea. So we can take the janitor male and turn him into a stripper. Would that be kind of an in-between? I mean, it won't be like a hard-body firefighter,
That'll be like
but
the
it
YMC.
will be a stripper. Is that a compromise, everybody?
Yes, Chippendale, like firefighter kind of guy. He can do his Chippendale moves on you. Give you a knuckle rub.
Oh, God, not the knuckle rubs again. I'm going to edit this video for YouTube and just cut out all these knuckle rub conversations.
A stripper that cleans the house. What? Cleans up all the trash piles in all the houses. Those guys are putting too many trash piles.
AI pathing changes. We are going to save that for the night that Fatal is talking.
Yeah.
Because he will be able to talk. We don't want to take that away from him.
That's right.
That's something I'm sure he would love to talk about.
A lumberjack stripper.
I mean,
Okay,
that's
clearly.
not bad. I mean, not that I really care to see the male stripper, but I do feel like it is fair. So even though...
Wait, a stripper maid that can take care of your house for you. Joel always wanted a companion.
So you're gonna tell him we're gonna go and put in that companion that you wanted. It's gonna be a male stripper, and that's gonna follow you as you do your quests. It's gonna stay behind you. Just kind of.
Hey, you do that pretty good.
Oh my god! I'm not doing the mocap.
You take dance lessons?
I mean, maybe everybody. You know, that's what the late night stream is for, everybody. So just
that's right. This has really gone from PG to something completely different. Can you add a possibility to create wall pictures? Oh, there's a lot of wanted posters and signage going into the next alpha. Noe is going to be showing some of that stuff off on the environment art stream coming up. I think it's next Wednesday.
Cardinals in there. As far as I know, there's no new textures for painting.
There's some updated textures. There's a lot of textures got some HD love to them.
Yeah. Okay.
You can find that out also.
So then, that's
Wednesday.
something. See, this is why you should come back for Wednesday, because Wednesday they can explain that. Because I'm just basically guessing on that one, and they actually know the answer.
Yeah. Well, Justin,
I'm just winging it.
Justin will set you straight on the environment art and answer all your questions there.
Everybody's now thinking, did he know any of those answers he gave us earlier? Who knows? No, I'm kidding.
Do we know anything? Do these guys even know anything?
They're just making it up every time you ask. We give
everybody
you a
else
answer.
works on the game. We don't really do anything but like look over people's shoulder and wonder how game development works.
Oh, great.
No. All kidding aside, there's a bunch of streams coming up, guys. I am running low on energy, and we went and
we went over. I mean,
we went longer, but coming up Monday
questions.
Next week we have Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We have 3 streams planned for the same time, 9 p.m. I don't know if they'll run this late, but we have character artists slotted for Monday, environment artists and animators for Wednesday, and Mad Mole is coming on next Friday. Following Monday is level designers. And then the following Wednesday is programmers. So we've got a bunch of streams up and coming that we're going to be showing more bits of the game, and probably less bullshitting like this, but more bits of the game. But it should be interesting and a lot of fun. Yeah. We encourage you to tune in to more of them to find out more about Alpha 19. And June 26th is still the tentative streamer weekend, and a couple days later is public experimental, so you can get your hands on it yourself.
And I think at least one of the days of the streamer weekend, I'm going to try to talk Rick into playing. We're going to stream and us two play together.
That would be wonderful. We'll do that.
Because we've done that the past, I want to say 2 streamer weekends. So we'll probably do it again this time.
We will. We'll definitely find time.
Cool.
Thank you all for coming out tonight and asking such great questions and interacting with us. And again, come back to the next streams.
Yeah.
More to come. Meet more people from the team. I don't want to be the only one. So
once again, they won't be using cams though, because they all got real hesitant about it. I mean, well, not all of them. A few of them. I'm not gonna.
Some
I'm
of
not going
them
to name
might.
any names, Zach, but some of them did. He's going to be like, I can't believe you called me out on that on stream. Thanks, man. But
The video will be posted soon on the Fun Pimps YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Reposted so you guys can watch it in its entirety or link it to your friends. And but again, we're running more streams Monday night, Wednesday night, Friday night next week, and the same following week.
here, how about this? If you want to answer like one or two more questions while I find someone, because we're gonna raid, we're gonna send everybody over to see another 7-day streamer. I just gotta figure out who we're gonna raid
Okay,
real
yeah.
quick. So just if you want to take just a moment to answer maybe one or two more, and I can look and see.
Will Trader Jan give any winky faces?
I mean, there's some things that she says that it seems like there should be a winky face with it. Yeah, definitely don't expect that 19, but
I would, yeah. We have talked about the traders doing kind of like a little bit of a secret, like Trader Hugh being a little bit off his rocker, and if you walk in with a gun, maybe he shoots you, as an example, sort of randomly. Not every time. So we'd like every trader to kind of have a personality that does something interesting. Maybe she'll do the wink.
okay. So, do you want to do one more? I found who we're gonna raid. Wow, and Stabby just said it too.
First person driving is not out of the realm of possibilities.
Will you make your OnlyFans account public? I don't know. You're gonna have to pay for this. I mean, I'm just.
Hugh would offer a discount when he shoots you. That
Anyway.
would be the idea. If he shoots you, he apologizes and says, "Here's 5% off." Sorry, I thought you were a zombie.
Okay.
That would be Hugh's personality.
Okay, everybody. So that is the end of the stream. Thank you again. We will be back Monday.